Hello everybody and welcome. Where am I? There I am. To the Moonbase 2 podcast. Well, we will be Moonbase in a moment once we've got everything sorted. No, I don't need Steam up. Playing Streets of Rage 2 earlier today. That's why that was there. Well, not 2, 4. Streets of Rage 4. That's fine.
I need to get that at some point.
Make sure you get it with the expansion, because then you get to play as Shiva, and you get to play as the new Lady Estelle. And you also get like a survival mode. It's worth doing. It's worth doing.
Well, I did pick up Shredder's Revenge recently, which I need to give a play to.
I need to play that as well.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you can get from certain places.
I mean, Humble Bundle, Green Man Gaming, and Fanatical always have it on sales at various points. So
Streets of Rage 4, but without the DLC, £10. There we go. That's not too bad.
That's not a lot, really, is it?
Yeah.
That's a bargain.
Yeah, you can't get the DLC, but the DLC is like £3 or something. Well, on this side, I don't know what it's like on Steam or something, but you can't go wrong for a tenner. That's not too bad.
Is that CD keys? I'll have to check that one out.
I like CD keys. I like them. They're fine. Not sponsored, by the by. Hello, Orange. Welcome. How's it going? Ow, my fingers. As they crunch.
This is where we say, not sponsored, but if I'd like to make an offer.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't have any... the Moonbase 2 has only been sponsored once by Kapow Toys.
Really?
Yeah. This was when the Moonbase 2 forums were destroyed, and I wasn't consulted, but we were made to go over to do Full Metal Hero.
Okay.
It was around that time, so that's when the sponsorship went up. If I had been informed of that, I would have said that would have been a terrible idea. And shockingly, it was a terrible idea. Because who uses Full Metal Hero? I don't know if Full Metal Hero is still around. I assume it's probably not. Do you remember Full Metal Hero, Big D?
I think I vaguely do.
Yeah. It was going to be the next TFW. You know, it was going to be a new type of Transformers. There was a lot of money invested into that, and I don't think a lot was. I mean, it's not around now, so it clearly didn't pay off.
Yeah,
you know, it was a bad idea, which I definitely was not consulted on, unfortunately. But there you go. That's fine. Now I'm in control of Moonbase 2. Have been for a long time, tens of thousands of years. At this point, move to the moon.
You can literally pry out your cold and dead hands.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you could give me like £100, and I'd sell to you for that, I guess. You know. Should we get cracking with SDCC? Once I find the music, there's the music.
I suppose we should do, yeah.
All right, I will play that music because I am a funky white boy, as the song used to be. What year was that? Play that funky music, white boy.
That was 70s, I think.
70s? Oh my god.
Yeah. That was disco, baby.
Oh god. Oh god, I'm so old. Well, I'm not 70s. Come back
to the 90s and...
That's how I knew it. I knew it from the 90s, because the 90s every so often played something cool from the 70s. Probably the best.
The depressing bit is realization that an awful lot of music that I listened to at university or whilst I was first starting to work in the 90s and at school is now...
Oh, it's vintage. It's classic music now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stuff that I was selling on new release when I worked for Borders is now over a decade old.
Oh, yeah.
More over 15 years old now, given how long Borders has been in the dirt. So
think how much the Wiki Wild West, Jim West Desperado song is. That's like 20 years old or more.
It's more.
Yeah.
That was
90... Was that mid-90s or late 90s?
Men in Black was 90...
That had to be 5 or 6, right?
5 or 6.
And Wild West came out after that, so 97, 98, maybe?
That was before MIB 2.
Definitely, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck.
Sweet Jesus.
Yeah. All right, let me play the music. I'll play the music.
Yeah.
Welcome to Moonbase 2.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast. My name is Andy, Decayed Andy, and my boobs are sweaty. It is a warm day on Sunday. today. Well, it's not over yet, but San Diego Comic-Con is coming to a close. We've got news to talk about. Not a huge amount, but a little bit at least. And I'm here with the man, Big D. Hey, Big D, how's it going?
Hot, warm, very toasty.
It's not like super warm, but it's warm enough to be a little bit moistening in my living room here. But that's okay. I'm not going to get any sleep tonight because I've got men coming tomorrow to install more windows into my house. So they'll be here at probably they said 8 o'clock, but last time they said that they were here at 6:30. So good. That's fun.
Well, I mean, at least if they're in, sooner they're in, sooner they're out.
They've got a load of windows to do, so they're going to be here. It's either going to be a 2-day job or a 1-day job, but a long 1-day job. I have a feeling it's going to be 2 days, to be honest, because there's 8 windows I think they're trying to install today, so we'll see how that goes. I'm going to be fucking knackered. I'm not streaming tomorrow, so that's a bonus at least. That's
hopefully the weather stays decent, so...
Well, last time they were here, it was actually raining, and it was pissing cold, because it was the living room, which I was in the living room, and they had the windows out, and I was like, I didn't say anything, because, they can't help it. They're just doing work. I'm like, thinking to myself, I had to wear a jacket because it was pissing cold, and it was raining inside the house.
Oh, dear.
And it's like, oh, what a day. What a day. What a day. But we are here to talk about San Diego, the Whale's Vagina Comic-Con. This week, but before that, we do have news prior to San Diego Comic-Con or outside of San Diego Comic-Con. So should we talk about that first, Big D?
I think that sounds like a plan.
All right, New Age have shown yet another repaint of their slag figure, Slag, that guy, the Triceratops boy. This is the H63B Nidhogg, which is the Shattered Glass version of Slug. It is what you would expect. It is grey, purple, and teal. I don't know if it's a new face. I'll tentatively say yes, it is a new face. He comes with a sword and a goon and 2 open hands. No Triceratops laser horn effects on this guy, though. Once again, as ever, legend scale. A little bit boring color scheme wise compared to the Sludge that had the cool brown and green kind of color scheme. I think it was.
I think so. Yeah,
I think so. So Big D, what do you think of this? Do you like him? Do you like this little boy? How do you think he came across in a legend scale?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like seeing how the Dinobots take to Shattered Glass, just because it's fun to see them remix for Trypticon colors in different ways. But this is a nice minty fresh slug, so it's a nice twist on the character.
Yeah, I guess the problem is it's another one. This makes 5 or 6 repaints, which I say every time is the New Age way, and fair play to him. But it's hard to really get excited when you see a mold 5 times in succession.
Sadly.
That's it again by a different color.
It's kind of a shame that because of how and it's the nature of how they work as a smaller manufacturer. They kind of have to they can't really release a different character and then show all 3 paints. They kind of have to have a much tighter release schedule because they're doing much smaller scale.
I feel out of all third-party companies, New Age is the company that releases the most repaints. Most other third-party companies will do 2 or 3 to 4 maybe. New Age consistently does 5 or more consistently.
New Age do not leave any repaint untouched.
No, they get everything down. They milk it dry, which it's good for the people that are gagging for a specific version, I suppose. Apart from the people that want translucent versions, so it's a weird.
Yeah, because you know that New Age. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I never get translucents, to be honest. I can. I like the effect in small pieces on a character, but to have a whole one,
it's a great highlight effect. Hasbro has been slowly learning this very recently, I feel, as well, because as I've said for the longest time, Hasbro cannot do translucent pieces. They're slowly learning that, hey, maybe we don't need to do everything in translucent plastic.
Yeah,
that's a good idea.
Yeah, sometimes just slap a bit of paint on instead.
Yep. Yep, I imagine it'd have to be cheaper. A paint app has to be cheaper than a translucent bit of plastic, right?
And hey,
One would
you
think.
won't have people bitching at you about translucent plastic on really crucial load-bearing parts.
Yeah, like me. Yeah. Imagine that the Legacy Bumblebee, the animated Bumblebee, wasn't like all of his chest was translucent plastic. That'd be nice. That'd be nice. Anyway, do you have anything else to say about good old Slag Slug? Orange says he's pretty. He is a pretty boy. I will agree there.
Yeah, pretty, but like you say, just at this point, a little bit boring.
Yeah.
It's kind of a point when you see the Dinobots now, especially from New Age, you kind of think, well, could we not save this just to do like a nice gift set?
That'd be a good idea. I think it's the problem with how they do their release schedule.
Yeah, and I get issue. That.
It's they get them all done and finished, and they go, okay, just get everything out. But I would not be against the idea of like maybe getting all of the G1 cartoon Dinobots out and individually, and then after that, do your gift sets of like, here's the Shadow set, and here's this set, and this set. Because the people who are going to buy one of these, I would imagine are going to buy all the Shard Glass versions.
Absolutely. And the thing is, Dinobots is an easy one to do that for because it's for Dinobots.
Yeah, generally people like them.
Very few people will buy just one, and if they do, it might maybe Grimlock.
Yeah, imagine buying like one Stunticon or one Combaticon or one Constructicon. You get a few looks. You'd be like, really? Oh, I love Bone Crusher. It's like, oh, I mean, it's cool. You know, he's just an arm, though, right? It's like, yeah. But... Buy the rest.
That well-defined personality, Bone Crusher.
Bone Crusher, yeah. He's fun. Hooks says uncharismatic boar. That's cool. He does a few other things in the G1 cartoon. Not a huge amount. Yeah, he's there. He's hooking around. Next up, we have, I guess this is kind of interesting because of one specific figure. The Takara exclusive Missing Link Sentinel Prime, not that one. The Super Starscream, that's the interesting one. The Revenge of the Fallen Nemesis Prime and Grey Throne first looks. Yes, the Grey Throne is a separate thing for some reason. So each of these are individual things. Obviously, we get a repaint of Missing Link Optimus Prime into yellow. We are tentatively calling that Sentinel Prime for reasons. I'm sure there is a reason, but we'll talk about them individually in a moment.
Yeah.
Super Starscream is, for those not aware, it is the Armada Starscream from the Legacy line, done into his blue Thundercracker form. With a pink face, which I don't think... Was it pink or red?
I think he had a red face in the cartoon.
I thought it was red as well. At least not, maybe a darker shade of pink than the one shown here.
I thought that was orange, to be honest.
What? In the image? No, it's definitely pink in this image. It's definitely pink. It's very pink.
Yeah, it's the way you got the red next to it. My eyes were kind of getting a bit messed up with how that actually does look. But yeah, that is pink.
It's very pink. It's RC pink, basically.
That's an odd choice.
It is. Maybe it'll come out a little bit differently when it actually comes out. I don't know. And then the Nemesis Prime it's the Optimus Prime that's Bumblebee molded as Nemesis Prime. And then the chair is a grey chair, which is the chair that came with Coronation Starscream.
Is it the same one that came in for Nemesis Bridge gift set?
Probably. I'm pretty sure they just have the one chair. I don't think they made anything special for that set. I think that one was purple as well. I'm pretty sure. But this is a grey one, so if you want a chair, you can buy it. It doesn't really have prices, or I can't see. Oh, no, we do have prices. Oh, there it is. It's 2,500 yen for the chair. So with Japan's like crumbling economy at the moment, that won't be a lot of money. That'd be reasonably cheap.
It's like 10, 15 pounds, isn't it?
Because the yen is doing so fucking terribly at the moment, unfortunately, for Japan. Apart from postage will bump it up. It is reasonably cheap. The Nemesis Prime is 7,000 yen, which is 40 pounds.
Yeah, about that's about right for Voyagers.
Maybe a bit less, maybe a bit more, depending on price, you know. And this is an exclusive as well. Thundercracker is the same price, and the Missing Link is 18,000 yen, which is probably, I'm guessing, like £90 or something. And
that's cheaper than what that was for the standard version, I think.
Like it must be priced reasonably similar. How much was the original one? Do you remember? Remember in the end?
I think I'm trying to remember. I think when I did, actually no, tell I, because when I did looked at the original pre-orders,
Hmm.
the standalone Prime was about 50 or
Pounds.
55. Yep.
Okay.
And with the trailer, that bumps up to about 100. So yeah, that is actually more comparable. Yeah, that is about right.
Yeah, it's probably around the same price. So, all right, Big D, what do you think of this eclectic look at some, I guess, weird repaints? And do you think we'll at least get the Thundercracker? Because I think out of all of these four, Thundercracker has to be coming to us at some point. Because it would be weird if they didn't.
I mean, it would be nice given that they've done Armada Galvatron.
It would be bizarre if they didn't do something. I mean, we got Powling's Hot Rod. So I could see them doing it again with Starscream here, or Thundercrack, whatever you want to fucking call him, and going, okay, he's going to be Generation Select, and he's going to come with Swindle. What color Swindle? I don't know. Probably standard red-colored Swindle. What color was Swindle with this one? Was he grey?
Yellow, wasn't it?
Was it yellow? Orange, or anybody in chat, what color was Swindle with this repaint of Starscream? I would check, but it would mess up the stream visually. So let us know in chat, please.
I mean, it's certainly an easier pick than the repaint of Skywarp, given that needs a whole new head.
Yeah, definitely. As much
as I'd love to see that.
Actually, which is the best version of Armada Starscream? Because I might say...
In terms of colors?
I just mean in terms of like how it looks, kind of thing. Because I might say either Skywarp or Ramjet. Because Ramjet with this was the Skywarp mold, but then white, which was pretty cool.
I think Skywarp, because you can really never go wrong with that. Is there a bad look for Skywarp? Let's be honest. If you drape his colors on almost any jet, it normally looks pretty damn good.
Hang on, I'm sure there's been a bad Skywarp. I'm sure there's been one or two bad Skywarps.
There have been bad Skywarp figures, but there haven't been bad decos.
That's what I mean. I'm sure there has been, but I can't remember. I want to say somewhat the Bumblebee mold because they had to inject a load of extra grey into it.
Yeah,
so it wasn't just Skywarp's colors. It was Skywarp, but then also grey, and it's like no. Factory Transformers. I'm interested now. S. That's R.
Was there a Final Tech or alternator version of Skywarp?
Probably.
So I know they did Starscream.
Was it Vinyl? It would have been Vinyl Tech, yeah. Skywarp. Oh, this is going to take 5,000 years. Isn't it? No, the Universe one's okay. The Classics one, the first release of it wasn't great because they swapped out the purple for pink for some reason. That was a bad call.
Yeah. I think that might be the version I've got. Actually, no, I have the purple one. I can see it from here.
The Thrilling 30s Fall of Cybertron one, again, had a lot of grey in it. No, generally, I think you're probably right. Generally, you can throw on... I mean, this doesn't have every Skywarp, obviously, but generally you throw on his color schemes and you can have a pretty decent-looking boy, I would say. Orange says, I think they just put Anime Swindle in like they did with Jolt. Or they'll just put him on. I think that'll be the case as well, and that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. I wonder if it'll be better in terms of quality, because I heard that mold can be a bit dicey. So
he can be a little bit floppy at times.
Yeah,
it's a nice. I actually do quite like that figure. To be fair, I think it's a nice take on the character. But
generally, I hear the mold is like how it transforms. The transformation scheme is a good way to do it. It's just some of the hips or the thigh swivels. If you twisted the thighs, the leg would like shift itself out of the slot for some people. And his legs, because they don't clip into anywhere for the jet mode, they can just kind of hang a little bit, which is also a bit of a shame. I don't think they'd remold anything, but if you had a tighter joint there, that'd be fine.
You know what would be absolutely hilarious, though? If they released him in a 2-pack with a repaint of Skywarp.
That'd be all right. That'd be an expensive 2-pack, but that'd be okay.
If they made it actually available for people to buy, unlike the last time they did it.
Which one do you mean?
That was the Earthrise.
Oh,
Wait.
yeah, well, that mold was terrible. But no, it's a fair point. It is a fair point that at least people should have the option. I think that at some point we're going to get a new Studio Series Starscream. Because that Coronation Starscream is pretty crap. Pretty crap.
It was. I mean, now we've started seeing them do more of the cartoon characters in Studio Series. They have to. It's kind of inevitable. It's inevitable, isn't it?
It would be weird if they didn't. I reckon they should also probably do Rodimus Prime again. Hot Rod, you find. I hear that mold was good. I never got it, but I hear people saying it was good. The Commander class Rodimus Prime was crap. So doing a new one that isn't crap at a Commander scale would be pretty good. One that looks quite good.
I think a better head sculpt would do him a lot of favors.
Let me tell you why it's crap. How much did you pay for it?
I paid 60.
Okay, that's a better price.
Yeah, I didn't pay full price for him.
Yeah, and no one did. That thing hung around on shelves because, well, it wasn't the most visually interesting Transformer, and you were buying a big trailer again.
Yeah. I will say that the actual engineering in the figure itself, I do think the engineering of Rodimus himself is spectacular. You do see where most of the money went in terms of how much shifting around he does. I agree, though, that it's a hard sell to make people spend that much on a trailer that is nice.
Is it?
And
why is it nice?
It's Rodimus' trailer at a decent scale. It's not completely shit.
That's the quantifying of it's nice. It's acceptable. It's the right size.
Yeah. Roddy himself I think is actually a really nice figure. Just not one that anyone is going to pay that much for at retail, especially in a box you can't see what he looks like in hand. I think a better head sculpt would do him a lot of favors, to be honest, because the face doesn't help.
No, it looked like some of the Japanese art design for his face.
He's got real old man face going on.
Yeah.
It's the same reason in Motormaster. Motormaster is a really nice figure in hand, but I did not pay anywhere near full price for it.
Oh, same. No, I'd hoped most of the Commanders were going to go on like Motormaster sale, and they never did. They never did. It's why I don't have Studio Series Ultra Magnus, unfortunately, because I was like, he'll go down in price, and he never did, and I was like, you piece of shit. Now I can't find him for under £100. Now I'm like, God fucking damn it.
I mean, it's encouraging. Hasbro have said how they're doing a restock of they're getting more stock made of Commander Optimus, at least.
Yeah, that's the only reason I'm able to get him, because that one's coming back into the fold. I'm like, well, I better get it because it's not going to go on sale. So
yeah.
Better do it.
Yeah. I mean, Magmatron's starting to drop in price in a few places.
I've already bought him, though, so I don't really care.
Yeah.
I could see Magmatron getting cheaper because he's not a G1 figure, so people are stupid and won't buy things that aren't G1. I'm still waiting for mine to come from Japan. I went for slow shipping, so I'm hoping it'll come at some point this year, but who knows? Who knows? Orange says, I predict a leader class all-in-one Rodimus Prime. That would be good. Having a separate trailer is not a good call. Making him animation-y and just like have the trailer transform into him somehow would probably be a better.
That would be really nice.
Yeah,
I'd like to see him do that.
Same.
I'd like to see how they'd do that, to be fair.
Yeah, same.
Really interesting.
Well, the more interesting thing is what do they do for Studio Series G1 Megatron and not have people be fucking annoyed?
Yeah.
Because you have to do him as a tank. You have to, but no one's going to be fucking happy about it for good reason. For good reason, people will not be happy about it.
I mean, I did see one scamp who basically took a picture of G1 Megatron's gun mode and flipped upside down like Shockwave. And it's just like, I don't know if it's going to fly this time somehow.
No, unfortunately. The only way I could see them selling a G1 gun Megatron is a HasLab, and I'm not sure what the legal woo-woo would be for that. Could you do it because it's a fundraising thing? I don't know, because you're still selling a gun-looking toy to people, even if it's an adult collectible thing. Maybe?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's really a tough one, because I mean, in the past, in a lot of places, they've had to put clear indications that it's a toy, so big orange stops and stuff in place, and it does have it varies so much from market to market as well.
Definitely.
But the thing is, they could do a really, really nice G1 Megatron in Studio Series. We know that they've got the ability to do that. We've seen what they can do. So, I mean, we're just going to wait and see. I'd like to see them just bite the bullet and say, no, we're going to make him a gun. It's a gun that's stupidly... I mean, the fact is, if you make Megatron a Studio Series Commander class figure as the gun, that gun is going to be ludicrously oversized for a handgun.
I reckon they'd put in a gun, like a small version of the gun, so characters could hold him. Yeah, an accessory as well.
Yeah. I mean, they've done that before, which I'm more than happy to see them do. That actually would probably make more sense logistically, because
I think that's how you do it. Like, maybe they'll make a tank Megatron and then they'll give like a gun Megatron accessory for figures to hold and say, that's the only way we can do gun Megatron, unfortunately, which would be a bummer, but maybe that's...
It would. But I think a lot of fans would actually understand.
I would imagine so. I think there would be obvious people who would be annoyed, because I would be annoyed as well, but I'd understand at the same time. It would be one of those, it's fucking lame, but, I understand.
But the trick then would be they'd have to make sure that all the obvious tank gubbins ends up inside.
Like, if you did Studio Series Megatron, but you said you didn't say it was like 86 Studio Series, you said it was Transformers Devastation, and do him into the tank, that is the way that you probably do it, since he was the tank in that game.
That's actually not a bad shout, to be honest.
Yeah, because you can't do the 86 one, so you go, Studio Series, G1 Megatron, but Devastation.
Studio Series, Gamer Series, Megatron.
Yeah, Commander class. I think that's how you do it, but the time will tell. We know one's coming at some point in the future. So, XL Hedge says submarine / space cruiser ... Megatron. Yeah. Or
you almost want to see them try it just to see if they could get away with it.
Well, XL Hedge mentions Nerf mold / color classic Megatron. I like that. I thought that mold was pretty fun. It's not the best Transformer, but considering its age, like it came out in the classics.
Really, I mean, I still have that classics Megatron up on my shelf.
Yeah, I have both that and the Henkei version, because I like both versions.
See, I always wanted to get the Henkei version just because
he looked good in silver. He looked very good.
But I do like how that, even the classics version with that Nerf gun look, is actually a really strong looking design.
Yeah, the biggest issue with it is the backpack. Like, he's just got giant gun wings, which is a bit lame, but but considering when it came out, it wasn't bad. It was better than Hot Rod from that wave.
Yeah, and there's some really nice engineering going on with Megatron from that, because of how he transforms. But, he's a shelf mob, but still there's some fun ways he twists around to get into that gun.
I liked him. Do we have anything else to say about these 4 things? Are you gonna buy yourself a chair, Big D? Not for yourself, but for your toys.
I mean, I'll be honest, I bought accessories for my Gundams before, so... Yeah.
Well, usually accessories for Gundams are really cool. A little bit more interesting than a chair, I would argue.
This is also true.
I have not seen a Gundam accessory that has been less interesting than a chair. I am sure there probably is one, but I can't think of one.
But equally, this is probably still going to be cheaper than buying a 3D printed chair of some sort.
Oh yeah, certainly.
So, I mean, if it's priced right, if I see it and I'm thinking,
the price, it's 2,500 yen.
Yeah, I've been refreshing HLJ from time to time to see if it's up on there yet, and they've had nothing.
I've been refreshing HLJ to see if Studio Series Prime is up.
Yeah,
it's probably going to be a while before that. I'm probably going to get Springer from Japan, because I don't have that mold, and Springer from Japan is like £30, so it's like Voyager price. I'm like, that's the right price for him.
Yeah, I've cancelled my Hasbro pre-order of that one and gone with that one instead.
Yeah, it's going to take 3,000 years to ship, but And
No, what you do, Andy, you put a lot of stuff in your basket in your private warehouse, and then you have like 100 quid worth of stuff, and you ship it for like 30, 40 quid worth of FedEx, and you get it within a week.
That sounds expensive.
Not if you have it all together, because you're normally still saving.
Well, doesn't it depend on like how long they can hold your stuff in the warehouse? Because you only have like a limit.
Well, they'll hold stuff now for up to a year.
Oh, will they? God damn. Yeah,
Yeah.
but like a few years ago, it wasn't that long.
Even before they switched it from 180 days to a full year, I had stuff sitting around in there past that cut-off time.
I'll tell you another reason why I didn't do it, because I got really annoyed with having to wait for Gundam kits to come into stock. It's like, oh, I'll do a back order, and then like 9 months would pass. I was like, good lord, when are you ever going to get stock?
Waiting for Gundams to come back. I've got back orders for Gundam kits that I've had now for over 5 years.
Fucking
longer,
crazy.
in fact.
Bandai still need to make more fucking factories for Gundam kits. They need to.
I mean, the funny thing is, I had a pre-order in for one of the Valkyrie kits for 1/100s. I didn't even get it. It went straight into back order. As soon as once the release date passed, which is just bonkers. But
Bandai's worse than GW for not making enough factories to supply the demand that's needed. And that's saying something, because GW is not the best at like making factories or places that make stuff.
Well, I mean, GW just have really for one site. Bandai don't they have several?
They've got I don't know about making specifically Gundam kits, but there are a couple of places at least. But there's just clearly not enough. Not for the demand that's needed, especially since COVID made Gundam and the hobby way, way bigger.
Yeah.
You know, and it was already kind of struggling before that. It's like, oh boy,
GW and Bandai have never really recovered from that COVID bounce they both received.
No, not really. Not really. Shall we move on, Big D?
2 things about it. Sentinel Prime. No, Nemesis Prime. It's a Nemesis Prime. It's like Thanos. It's inevitable.
Yeah.
It looks lovely.
It's fine.
And it's not a bad figure, so that'll be a good one. Sentinel Prime is really weird. Because, I mean, I've seen a lot of folks work out that it's actually based on the truck that scans for Prime's vehicle mode in More Than Meets the Eye. Part 1.
Really?
Yeah. Because it's actually a yellow truck, especially in the Takara version, apparently. The print they used for the broadcast is tinted more yellow than orange, but we had it in the West. But other than, it's just such a weird one, because first off, why did it have to be Sentinel Prime? Because it looks nothing like him. On the upside, though, a lot of people have said, oh, that's going to be my powered convoy going forward, the yellow version of Fire Convoy.
Oh, yeah, that kind of works. Prime. It's a little bit of a stretch, but it's like, yeah, okay, fair enough.
It's a stretch, but it's also a damn sight cheaper than trying to buy a Fire Convoy.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know, it's an odd selection. I'm sure they'll do well with people, because, well, they're a really nice, oddball selection. That throne's still a weird idea, though. I don't know what they're thinking of with the throne.
Oh, yeah, I know. I guess it's just for like, hey, do you want a chair? It's like, I guess. It's like, oh, well, there you go. Enjoy it.
But you know, Takara going to Takara.
Yeah. Whether it's a good idea or not, it doesn't matter as long as the Japanese customer base is happy with the chairs. That's the important thing, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, they're all interesting at least. That's
true. They are unique. Not as cool as they used to be with what they used to do for Japan, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Either way, YOLO Park showed the AMK Pro Series G1 Starscream model kit. They showed it recently at a Thingamadoodah. This is going to be a 20 centimeter tall figure, model kit in the YOLO Park line, which we've talked about a few times before. It includes a display base, shooting missile effects, blast effects for its null rays, 3 interchangeable faces, and it's going to be priced at $50 US, and will have 30 points of articulation, including bits of diecast as well, and a premium finish. Ooh la 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 la! What do you think of this?
That's not too shabby, to be honest.
Not the worst.
No, I mean, decent price. 50 quid for diecast. That's 20 centimeters. Ain't nothing to sneeze at either. It's posable. Got loads of effects and stuff. And the paint looks. I mean, the look is actually really nice. You've seen a lot of Starscream reviews that have just been a bit, he'll do. This actually does look quite nice. So, I mean, is it actually a model kit you need to build, or is it a model kit instrument?
Sorry, what's that?
It says it is easy to build. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's pre-cut, if I remember.
Yeah. So I imagine they probably put a bit of panel line work into this and whatnot, and top coat and all that shit. But
all you really have to do is just like make it pretty. Effectively.
That's still not too bad.
Together, which is fine.
Yeah, I mean that's a nice project for someone. To be fair.
Not a hard one.
Yeah, I'd give one of those a go easy if I could find one. So yeah, that's not too shabby.
Yeah, he's a pretty decent-looking kit, I would say. It looks like it replicates Starscream quite well. I might have missed it. It might have light-up eyes. I'm not entirely sure. Did it say light-up eyes?
Light-up eyes, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so it's got some electronics in there as well. He has happy face. He has standard face, standard Hasbro face, a slight smirky kind of face. The difference between like standard no-expression face and the slight sneer kind of face is a little bit. It's not super easy to tell. The big happy Starscream is way easier to see the difference for. So that's good.
Yeah,
happy Starscream. All that.
Maybe if they'd gone for a oh shit, Megatron's going to blast to pieces Starscream, that might have been a more interesting third face option.
Yeah, I agree. Like scared Starscream would have been a good call. So you've got the I'm stupid face, and then you've got the wanna bet face.
Please don't kill me, Megatron face.
Yeah, exactly. You're either a liar or you're stupid. I'm stupid. Fucking Starscream. Fucking Starscream. The effects are okay. I wouldn't say they're anything to write home about. His boob missiles are not painted. You're going to have to paint them yourself. They're sculpted. But the missiles on the ends are not done. Also, the missile effects are purple. So if you're a stickler for my missile effects out of my boobs should be orangey. This is not for you. You'll have to paint those up yourself. And the null ray blasts are also purple, but that one makes sense. Is there an image of him using them? There is not a promotion image of him using them.
They got him on his feet in a couple of images.
Oh, there they are. Yeah. Yeah, I guess these will just be interchangeable, kind of like with Hasbro toys, where you can just plop the blast effects either on the feet or the null rays, depending on what you want to do. That's fine. Yeah, this thing seems okay. I'm not not in the camp of YOLO parking, but I think this is fine. I think we'll be talking about more YOLO park as we get into the stuff later on. One of the kind of minor announcements that we got from San Diego Comic-Con this year was we got the announcement of Hasbro PulseCon for this year, which is going to be September 13th of this year. I reckon, and call me cynical Andy, this is where most of the big reveals are going to take place. We got a few reveals here, but nothing big. I think a lot of the kind of humph is going to be happening then. Yeah. Do you agree?
I think so. I mean, that's how they've done things in years past.
Well, when they have a PulseCon, because PulseCon's super inconsistent. Was it on last year?
I think it was.
I can't remember. It's not every year. It seems to be like... I mean, we did have COVID as well, obviously, which kind of curtailed it a little bit.
But if there's not a Comic-Con... Or, sorry, if there's not a PulseCon, it's normally all revealed at Comic-Con for the most part.
Yeah.
And they're honestly, there's so much for next year they still need to kind of dial people into. So
yeah, the leaks that we've known about and whatnot that they need to kind of do the reveal on. I agree. Excel Hedge says no Megatron pistol for Starscream. Sad. Yeah, it is kind of weird actually. They haven't given him, because that's kind of like one of the basic standard accessories that Starscreams get these days mostly. But
that's true, to be fair. Yeah,
it's odd. One of the things we got, I mean, we already knew about these. They announced the Constructicons for Studio Series 86 officially was announced at San Diego Comic-Con. We already knew it was coming, but we also got listings have been discovered for a hook and a long haul for Studio Series 86.
Yeah. There's a 2-pack, which is very interesting.
Yeah, that's I don't know how I feel about that. I guess maybe this is going to be in the same idea as like the "Oh no, we're dying, bro" set of the Einhide and Prowl and the Ratchet and Brawn. It doesn't say. Does it say? It says Studio 86, Commander 86, Long Haul, and Hook.
which suggests that these will be two big. Well, I mean, these are the two that form the torso, so they'll
have to be reasonably sturdy, or at least come with parts to make it reasonably sturdy. Yeah. So what does that mean size-wise? I mean, size-wise, they're pretty consistent, so they'll probably be Voyager scale, which is deluxe scale, but more complex.
What have they said for the other Constructicons? Voyager scale, right?
I think it was a mix between Voyager and Deluxes, if I remember.
Oh, that's interesting.
I don't think they were all Voyagers, but I don't think they were all Deluxes either. I think it was a mix, which makes sense, I suppose.
I mean,
you probably don't need Bone Crusher and Hook, because I assume they're going to parts form. They can probably be Deluxes with accessory parts, I guess.
I mean, honestly, I could see them being Deluxes and their parts being in this box with Long Haul and Hook, in fairness.
You think they'd package all of the like feet and arms and all the gubbins with these two?
If they're not actually integral to the figure themselves, I think so, to be honest.
I think people will get really arsey as well if they are not integrated into the combining thing, because people got really arsey with Menasor in that aspect, and that didn't bother me. I think that's the best way to do combining.
Oh yeah, Menasor is actually a really neat way of doing it, I thought.
So. A lot of people disagree because they want it to be all in one thing. I think the problem with Menasor is I think the actual like individual limbs are not very interesting, and they each have like minor problems to themselves.
Plus, they were a pain in the ass getting hold of.
They were not the easiest thing, I would agree.
The gift set made things easier, but that didn't help people who already bought bits of the team and couldn't get one or t'other member for whatever reason.
And it had the weird, like, was it toy paint job on them as well?
Oh, yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, because it was clearly painted detail over parts that weren't sculpted for said detail, which was kind of odd.
And we've stopped talking about the G2 versions because that's just not going anywhere, is it? Let's be honest.
I think it is, but I have a feeling it's going to be like... I think it's going to be like the Headmaster Juniors, right? We still haven't had Horrible, but we've had Fangry.
Yeah.
And how big was the gap between Fangry and Cancer?
That's true.
Squeeze Play was massive. So Horrible's probably coming just in 5 years or something. So who knows? Orange says, I really hope Long Haul isn't larger than the others. Oh, yeah, because Combiner Wars, he was a big boy.
He's a very big boy in Combiner Wars.
He was very, understandably so, but he was very, very obnoxiously big. I think as well, making them have like separate parts to combine together will allow them to all be in scale with each other. Because you can't have Long Haul as the waist for Devastated be the same size as everybody else. You can't do it.
Yeah.
Physics won't allow it. As far as I know, I'm not a toy designer.
I mean, at least we might get from with decent articulation this time as well. Because, I mean, I had to buy the Unite Warriors version of Devi just to get elbows.
And even then, they were hampered.
Some of his elbows ain't great. Let's be honest.
It was nice that the Japanese actually included them. I 100% agree that it is the best version of that mold, but it's still kind of flumpy, and you go, okay.
Yeah.
Fair
enough. Even now, if I had a chance to buy one of the many upgrade kits that have come out over the years for that kit, for that set, I would. The only reason I haven't because I haven't got the money to. Really.
That makes sense. XL Hedge says, Woo Studio Series Devastator, but I would hope they would be Voyagers to match the Dinobots' heights in robot mode. Well, they're not. They're smaller than the Dinobots.
Yeah.
They're smaller because the Dinobots are bigger than Prime, and there aren't a lot of Transformers that are bigger than Prime.
Yeah.
The Constructicons are standard like height. I would imagine height-wise, you could get away with them being the same height as the Studio Series Ironhide mold, so like reasonably tall, but not like very tall, you know?
Yeah, I mean, their whole thing is it's when they form Devastator that they're
big. They're big
and they're
boys.
unequal to the Dinobots. On their own, they're kind of...
They're just standard robots. They're just boys. Just lads.
Yeah. They're brainiacs.
Yeah. Well,
Literally.
some of them have
Well,
problems, though. But I would never say Bone Crusher is the smart one.
Right, that's fair. The other members are a little more with it,
Yes,
shall we say.
mostly in some form or another. Yeah, I would agree there.
Or they think they are, mainly because they work with Bone Crusher, so they, by inclination, they think that they're geniuses.
Axel Hedge also says, people forget that the last all-in combiner was Fall of Cybertron Bruticus. Was that the last all-in?
Was it?
Did the combiner ones not... Would you not consider the Combiner Wars ones to be all-in? No, because the hands were technically separate, weren't they?
Hmm.
Yeah, technically the hands were, and the feet were separate on the Combiner Wars ones. You had to plug them in. And they were
What
crap.
about the Powerful Prime's Predaking? Wasn't everything in...
The hands and feet are separate on them. They're not
Because I know
built in.
because I know the feet... Yeah, that's...
The hands and feet are separate parts, so they're not all in one either.
I was actually curious about it, because I've never had that set, and I was wondering if Tantrum and Stampede, they did have those boom boxes permanently welded to their shoulders or not.
No, they have the thighs welded to their backs.
Ah!
It's the thighs, basically. The thighs and the hip are on their back.
Gotcha.
I have the, is it the Wei Zhang version, the Chinese knockoff, which added extra flaps and stuff, but they didn't come with their swords. And they had different shoulder guns, but it seems good enough. It was cheaper than the American version, at least, and technically a little bit better in some ways. So, yeah, it was good enough for Andy. But yeah, these guys are coming. Maybe we'll see them at HasCon or PulseCon. Hasbro PulseCon.
That'd actually be nice to see at least one of maybe the first set, the first two. But...
I'd like either that or a Megatron preview, maybe a prototype of Megatron. That's what I'd like to see.
I mean, if these guys are next year's Studio Series Commander slot, then Megatron, I imagine, probably the year after.
Yeah, or... Yeah, because we haven't seen prototypes of these, so you can't do them early. Because you either do one or two... If you do two commanders in a year, they have to be early and then late. Or summer, then Christmas kind of period.
Have we had an idea what the mainline
we don't know what
it's going to be next
year? No, not that I know of. I was going to say we don't know what the Titan is next year, if there is going to be a Titan.
That's true, yeah.
So if you don't do a Titan figure, could you do an extra commander? Or do you just do a repaint of Tidal Wave? I don't know. Excuse me.
Energon Tidal Wave.
Or the game Tidal Wave. Either color scheme's good.
Let's be honest. Wouldn't it be funny if Hasbro did do an Energon Tidal Wave and it had all the translucent bits were carried over one for one?
Oh, that'd be scary.
That'd be hilarious.
It would look really cool. It would look really cool. Because I was looking at my shelf today, like my Transformers cabinet, and I was going, shit, why did I get rid of Energon Tidal Wave? And I think the reason, because I had old versions of Tidal Wave. Yeah, I'd had the game, the Japanese, and the Energon. And I think the reason I got rid of it was because I saw it was translucent plastic and probably thought, best to get rid of it before it kills itself. Because otherwise, I don't know why I would have got rid of it, because it's the best looking version of him, because it looks really fucking sick. But, that's neither here nor there. Anyway, let's move on. We had a new trailer lore for Transformers 1, which our friend, yours and mine, Mr. White, has seen. He got to see an advanced screening of it. So
a lot of people I've seen.
Yeah, I know, right? I know Jobby's seen it. I know a few other quote-unquote important Transformer people have seen it.
There was like dedicated screening, a month ago?
Was there?
Yeah, they did a special one where I think Sixo and a few others went to it. They said that they couldn't, they'd been to see it and they were like, we've seen it, but we cannot say anything else. And it was a special one with the director and everything.
Wait, could they not say if they liked it or not?
No, but over this weekend, because they've been doing these expanded preview screenings, they've been allowed to say, and almost everyone's been kind of raving about it.
Yeah, Mr. White had a pretty positive take on it, and he watched Deadpool recently, and he said it's way better than Deadpool Wolverine, but I don't hear great things about Wolverine and Deadpool, to be fair. So
I enjoyed it.
Okay.
It's 2 hours of.
Did you like Multiverse of Madness?
I did.
I
I'm that
can't
sort
trust
of.
your opinion, I'm afraid.
I'm that sort of person. I generally like most of the Marvel stuff in some form or other.
But yeah, this is meant to be pretty good. I was kind of put off when I saw this trailer because I saw this trailer and I saw, this is the one where fans are meant to get their genitals in the hand and have a happy time with themselves. Going, look at the characters. It's this guy and it's this guy and it's this guy. But I reasonably trust Mr. White's opinion, so he says it's good. I'll be like, oh, okay. He says it's better than Bumblebee, which I said was the best Transformers live-action movie. I have a feeling I won't like this more than the 86 version, but it might. I'd like to think it's better written than the 86 version, because I like the 86 version, but it's not a great movie, in all fairness.
That's fair.
It's got a lot of things that I like, but it's not like it gets boring in the middle. But it is non-stop action. One thing I saw from this trailer, which I wasn't too keen on, was I didn't feel the voice of Megatron when he was like evil Megatron, standard Megatron. I didn't feel that the voice fit. It wasn't dark and booming and intimidating. It just sounded more generic, troopy kind of voice than anything else. But maybe that'll be different once, the movie comes out and I get to see it in person, I guess. I don't know.
Maybe.
What did you think of the trailer, though? Did you like it, Big D?
I mean, I didn't think the first trailer deserved a lot of flack people were giving it, but this one I felt gave you a better indication of what the film actually was in terms of story.
Yeah.
So I liked it. I get what you mean about the voice of Megatron. I kind of disagree a little bit because I think it's intended as the evolution of his voice, so we might get there more towards the end.
You think he'll just become deep, booming, intimidating Megatron right at the end? Or
just in scenes we just haven't seen yet. So
I don't think his voice is going to change that much, because we did see bits where he is the tyrannical Megatron in theory.
But equally,
and his voice wasn't that different from when he was the happy-go-lucky Megatron. It was just he was talking in a happy voice,
But it'd actually be a nice change not to have a Megatron be that bombastic voice. To have
it doesn't need to be bombastic, but it needs to be intimidating. And his voice to me wasn't intimidating. It'd be like Smaug's voice being played by Gilbert Gottfried. It wouldn't work. It'd be funny, but it wouldn't work.
Fair.
Well,
we'll see. We've got just over a month now.
The thing is, according to the Odeon website, it says October.
Oh, really? So,
yeah, but they might not have updated their website for a while. I thought it was a bit weird to have advanced screenings and then be like October for everybody else. I was like, what the fuck? Hey, yo.
Yeah, that's interesting.
If it is October, then they're pushing it for a Christmas movie, and I don't think they're pushing it for a Christmas movie. I would have thought it would be a summer movie kind of thing, like because it's Augusty kind of time, kids kind of thing. I would have thought.
Yeah, but that was kind of like my impression as well, to be honest.
Yeah, like I say, the Odeon might just not have updated their website. I don't know. Exel Hedge says, Middle Finger Prime, no wonder Peter Cullen didn't voice him. Yeah, there's definitely some humor in there, which I just kind of, I go, that's somebody saw Guardians of the Galaxy, didn't they? It's like, yep. We're still stuck in Hollywood being like, this is how you write comedy all the time. It's like, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Orange says that was just Megatron's standing up to Autobot fascism voice, I bet. What, lame? Like Weedy and Weak, like soy Megatron voice. I know what'll get them to stop oppressing me, soy voice. That'll do it. XL Hedge also says, Shockwave talking like a normal guy and emotional is weird. Where's my logical boy? Did Shockwave talk in the trailer? He probably did. I can't. He probably did.
I think he did, because I think he was...
He's in the trailer.
Yeah, I think when B's talking to him, Soundwave, and Starscream, Shockwave's getting progressively more hacked off. and kind of finished with like, I want to take his voice.
Oh yeah, people are talking about, is Bumblebee going to lose his voice at the end of this movie? I would say, since it's a cinematic movie, probably, because they're still trying to push Bumblebee doesn't have a voice, which is not a thing you should really do, I think.
Not really.
It was never a good idea to get rid of Bumblebee's voice. It was always a bad idea.
It was good for one movie, and which they fixed it at the end of that movie, and they went right back to it for everything else. Well,
he's got to be a dog. He's got to be a stand-in for a pet, effectively. And how do you make a cute character? You make it not talk. That's how it works, unfortunately. A lot of Hollywood likes to have the dog character.
Because what was it? Leo Lorenzo?
Oh, Dickweed, de Bonaventura.
Yeah, because he spent most of San Diego going about how this is so many billion years before his movies.
No one cares what you have to say to Bonaventura. Fucking hell.
I know. But the funny bit was that the director of the film, who I think also helped write it, made a post about how he couldn't imagine his childhood self now being in a position where he was creating a whole new universe for a franchise. So as far as he's concerned, it's a whole new universe, mate.
Are you saying de Bonaventura doesn't know shit about what he's talking about? Is that what you're suggesting?
I wouldn't like you to put words in my mouth, Andy, to be honest.
Because I would say that. I think me and Mikey over the years have said that he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about most of the time. To be fair, Bumblebee was meant to be a new start to the Transformers movie franchise, and then it kind of wasn't, but then it kind of was at the same time. It didn't know what it wanted to fucking be.
It really is weird.
But I will say the potential for some I wouldn't say super interesting new toys to come out. I'm sure people would be happy to get like a Prime and a Soundwave and a Shockwave and Starscream, etc., etc. And the designs are okay enough to probably make some interesting figures. How hard will they go in? I don't know. I think that's a good question. How long until they just give up with the line? Guess we'll have to see. The Orange says, imagine they continued the Sunbow cartoon X-Men 97 style and they just take Goldbug's voice away. Oh my god. But Dan Gilbertson's still alive. He could still do the voice. That'd be pretty sad.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how big, but here's the thing, there's no reason to continue the G1 cartoon because there's barely a story. There's not really a through story to pick up from. So it's not like the X-Men comics where you can just pick up and go, oh, we just can continue because there's material to work with. The G1 doesn't really work that way unless you go, I guess we try and fudge in the comics, which I don't think would really work either.
No. As much as I love the comics, that would just be weird.
And I don't really want them to do a continuation of G1 because unfortunately most of the voice actors are dead. And I wouldn't want them to be recast because it would feel weird as well. And we have a lot of G1 styled Transformers these days anyway. I don't think we need to keep going. XL Hedge says they keep pushing that it's a prequel to Bayverse, and we haven't yet seen B use his voice on screen yet. That's true. It's true. But yeah, we got to see that. That was nice to see. We haven't heard anything about a new show to take over from Earthspark, because we know that's cancelled. I guess PulseCon, maybe they'll hint at it, because it'll be too soon for them to show anything, I would imagine, apart from maybe concept stuff. So they also showed YOLO Park stuff, but this time it's in Transformers 1 styled and a Nemesis Prime and more. So, they show what it was. They showed off Transformers 1. What else? I'm just scrolling through pictures. Oh, yeah, a G1 Optimus Prime, but Nemesis Prime version, la-da. The Starscream, which we just talked about. A Age of Extinction Optimus Prime, I guess?
Yeah.
I think? Question mark? They all look the same.
Big-ass sword, yeah.
Big-ass sword. And then Bumblebee movie stuff. So there's the Seeker mold, whichever one it is. I don't care. Shockwave, Bumblebee, they were there as well. Oh, Mirage Trois, he was there. And that was it. So the real interesting stuff, I suppose, is that YOLO Park have gone, hey, let us do the movie stuff, and Hasbro went, right. So, what do you think of that? These are pretty far along as well. There's 2 Megatrons. There is Baby Megatron, and then Tyrant Megatron. And there seems to be one Optimus Prime at the moment. I assume they're two separate Megatrons, but it's hard to tell. No, they are two separate ones.
I think they are, yeah.
I think they are as well. So what do you think of these, Big D? How do you feel about them?
I kind of like these. I mean, I know that the idea of Transformers that don't actually transform is a thorny one for some people, but I do like how... Well, one, it's great that Yellow Park clearly see that these are doing well enough for them that they can kind of go all in, because this is a pretty hefty rollout.
Yeah.
To be honest. And they look great. I mean, this is my first time really looking at Yellow Park stuff in any real detail. I hadn't really paid any real attention to them before. But these do look pretty dang good.
I think the only negative is if you're already into building model kits like yourself, I don't think these are going to really satisfy this itch. They're going to feel more like Duplo, right? If you're a person that gets Lego, it kind of would feel like a step, to me, would feel like a step back because you're not doing the nipping and the cleanup. You're just kind of mushing it together. Great for kids. This is perfect for like young kids wanting to get into kind of the idea mindset of model kit building, though. It's great for them. 100%. But if you're into perfect grades, this ain't going to do for you, I don't think. No, unless you really like Transformers, obviously.
Oh, there's that. But also, if you just want something where you don't have to worry about the cleanup, if you just want something you can get it, you can open up a box and you can just push everything together.
Yes, if you hate the nipping and the cleanup, and it's the part of the model kit making that you fucking hate, then yeah, this is just better for you. 100% agree.
It's not just that, because I mean, these parts look like they come pre-painted in the box.
Yes.
So,
well, some parts, some of
the parts are pre-paint. Have got additional paint apps over top of them and whatnot.
Yeah.
So that's kind of nice.
Yeah, mostly they just look like they want Gundam marker.
Yeah.
Over the creases and crevices, pretty much. The eyes obviously are not done for, obvious reasons. But again, if you get like a liner from Tamiya model liner or something like that, or just a Gundam liner, that would do the job.
You can get that sort of easy enough.
And then like you say, after that you're done. Unlike with a Gundam kit where if it's a high grade, sometimes you need to do a lot of work. Yeah, these are okay. They're not for me, but probably are going to be the most accurate versions of these characters. So if you want specifically like... Yeah,
if you want screen accurate robot modes, then
this is it.
These probably going to be it, yeah.
Yeah, it seems like it. Yeah. It's not for me, but it's like, yeah, okay, rock and roll. Cool. I wonder how long the line's going to go on for. Because they've got the main characters. They've got the main characters in non-transforming baby mode, and then they've got Megatron, who's clearly the later iteration of him.
It says Megatron and Prime are both in their cogged mode.
Is it? Prime doesn't look like he... Oh, no, he's got the things on the shoulder pads. Yeah, okay. So him and Prime are. Leader and baby Megatron and baby Bumblebee. They'll obviously get their fancy versions, and and Prime will get his baby version as well.
Actually, sure. I think Elita 1 might have a cogged version as well.
There's one behind her. Yeah, because there's an internal boob window, kind of like Power Girl for the baby version. You see it now, don't you? And then there's a bigger one behind her. Yeah, so there is two versions of her. Good call. Good catch. Yeah. Breakfast time was the reveal of the first thing that we got for Legacy, quote unquote. I'll mention one negative. This is an exclusive. I think this is a website exclusive. So if you want it, you'll have to buy it online.
I think it's a PulseCon exclusive, so yeah.
Yeah, good luck with that. If you don't get it from PulseCon, you then have to go through the rigmarole of getting it from the website, and they can't keep standard figures in stock. At least for the UK version. I don't know about the American site. So if they can't keep in standard stock, good luck with website exclusives and whatnot. So this is what me and Mikey said when we first saw the Volcanicus Legends guys many years ago just do him into Dino King, and that's what they did. They've repainted them all into the inner robots because you can't do the shells for obvious reasons. They have new weaponry and obviously parts to do the hands and feet, so it looks a little bit better. But still, they're gonna each have their individual issues because, let's be fair, these were not amazing figures to begin with, amazing molds. At best, you could say some of them were okay. So I guess it's nice that they're coming, but it's at the same time, that's the sludge mold, which is horrifically terrible. That's a bad mold. I hear Swoop's one of the better ones, but it's a shame this is the only way to get Dino King. But it's also nice at the same time that you can get Dino King. It's just
I was going to say,
an exclusive.
the flip side to that is that we're getting Dino King.
Yeah, it's just a not great version of him, which is the problem. But technically in scale almost with the original.
Yeah.
I guess.
And I'll be honest, I like the combined mode, how that looks. It's not without problems, but I wasn't expecting the hands, the arm, the feet rather, the axe, the gun. I wasn't expecting any of that.
I think doing it as a gift set definitely made it more pliable for it to be the case, because third-party companies have done this for the Volcanicus to help that mold out. So it's just as well that Hasbro threw in those bits. I will say that this does seem to work better as Dino King than it did for Volcanicus, and it definitely helps that there's more color on it than on Volcanicus.
And the box set looks really nice.
Yeah, it's very old school in its style. Which is nice. But I can't get too excited just because of how faffy it's probably going to be to get for a lot of people that want it. And also, just the molds are not the greatest. And it's a shame. Because if this is them testing the water, this is them testing sewage water. This is not something everyone's going to jump into. No, I say that. A lot of people will just buy it just because. I think it's a shame that it's not better representations. And don't get me wrong, I don't expect these to be the Leader Studio Series versions of the characters. That would be stupid. There would be no, that would be a bad call to do that.
I get completely what you're saying, though. I do understand it, and I mean, I'll be trying to get a pre-order for this as soon as I can. Just
I hope you get it, but man,
just because I've wanted these guys just to round up. I'm in a place where I'm just filling gaps in the collection now. And I didn't buy the Dinobots because, well, I've bought the Studio Series. I have the Power of the Primes version still knocking around.
And the Power of the Primes versions weren't great. I mean, if you're going for the Dinobots, the Studio Series were the ones. I mean, they're not even cartoon accurate. They were toy accurate for some stupid reason. But they were the better versions of the Dinobots to go for.
Yeah, and I mean, I've got the Planet X dinos in the cabinet. So
and they're great.
I've already got a great Dinobot team. I've been trying to get filling gaps in particular parts of the collection, and to scratch out victory itch. These do the job nicely. It's
really fucking annoying that if you want victory figures, you have a HasLab exclusive, and a PulseCon exclusive.
Yep.
It's like, woof. So, Line Cross when?
Well, was it the old Power of the Primes Leo Kaiser? That was an exclusive as well, wasn't it?
Leo Kaiser. No. I think that was a store release because it went on sale.
I know it went on sale, but I'm sure it was supposed to be maybe I'm wrong.
I don't even count that because that was such a half-assed version of doing the breast force.
It was. The thing is, the limbs are great. The core, though.
You thought it was a good idea to do Skylinks for Leo, Zach. What the fuck?
And they had to know at that point that they were doing Starscream down the line.
You mean Star Saber?
No, Starscream.
Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, you would have thought so.
I still have a spare of that Starscream just so I can get... Because I was going to get some parts printed up by Shapeways before I went belly up to do the fan conversion of him into Leo Zach. But I might have to wait on that one now.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. So these are coming. It's a shame. Oh, did you see the game version of the Sentinels that they're doing? The video game version of them from the X-Men.
Oh yes, I did. They look kind of fun.
They're fun. It's reference to the Konami game, so I kind of liked it. And they came with a rock, and I was like, that's cute.
Yeah. I mean, every time I see anything from Marvel Legends or G.I. Joe Confidential lines, I'm just like, I mean, I'm eagerly awaiting next week because apparently Death's Head goes available for general sale on Pulse at like midnight on Tuesday or something stupid like that.
And good luck for that, because again, people will be. I mean, it's not the correct version, but it's good enough. It'll be fine.
I'm torn as whether to hold out and just wait for them to, because they have. And it's freaking Death's Head.
You'd imagine they do the Transformers version. You would guess. At least I would think they do the green version.
Well, especially as the green version has actually shown up in a lot of modern Marvel comics.
Oh, has he?
Yeah, he's been a supporting character since like 2009 in various books. He's even had his own miniseries, Win the Green Costume.
I guess we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, it was quite funny. The first time he showed up, he was, for his first 4 appearances, he was still the giant-sized Death's Head.
From the Transformers comics.
Yeah, the first issue was in Sword, so he was dealing with Beast. The second time, he was facing Iron Man. And he was still giant-sized Death's Head at this point. It was absolutely hilarious.
Weird times.
Yeah.
So that was that. We also had a bit more of an update on the HasLab Omega Prime. We found out he's going to be coming with Cerebros, which I don't think it's a really a big deal, to be honest. Because it's like, well, we're not getting that Fort Max, though, I guess. But you can get tiny baby Cerebros with him, which is just a Titan Master. So it's like, okay, yeah, fair enough. But we saw more progression. We had to. This is the first time I think we've seen him in reality, like a real version of him in Omega Prime mode, which is it looks okay. It looks as cumbersome as it always does, you know.
Just not as prone to falling apart, which is nice.
Well, it's a prototype, so that's probably not true. Because prototypes are usually a bit on the wonky side. I would imagine the real version shouldn't. But that's a hope. Excel Head says, why are we getting a head to Cerebros for Fort Max we aren't going to get? That's a great question. Unless this is a hint to the next year's Titan. That wouldn't make sense if it was... I understand why you're trying to make sense of this, but it wouldn't make sense to give you, like, here's Cerebros, but you're not going to get Cerebros in a Fort Max redo then. That would be bizarre. We should have really gotten TIE. Yeah. Yeah, they should have just made a TIE figure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this is how you legitimately do a TIE figure, because you can't sell a TIE figure to the mass audience. A little weird anime girl, which didn't have a huge significant part in the show. She was there. She didn't do a huge amount. That's how you do it, And you preferably don't put her in a little tiny paddling pool. You don't do that version ever again either. We pretend that doesn't happen anymore. Hopefully. No, not Cerebros. That's a very fucking weird choice. It
is. I mean, I'm guessing it's simply a case of they have the mold lying around. I thought, have we got space to fit something in? Yes. What can we fit in? Oh, this will go.
Yeah, we can't put any Micromasters in like we have done before with the other two. Titan Master will do. Yeah, Titan Master will do. Throw the fucker in. So okay. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's still weird. But,
it is weird.
Okay. It's nice to see progress though on the figure as a whole. So.
Yeah, they're still working on it, which is fine. On says, well, there is a Titan Master compatibility. Sorry, there is Titan Master compatibility on Omega Prime himself, but yeah, they should have made it TIE. Yeah, apparently it can do stuff with Titan Masters, but again.
Is that? Did I miss that?
Yeah, I can't remember what it does exactly, but it has some compatibility with Titan Masters. But again,
Okay.
Who cares? There's like no Time
Yeah.
Masters in the RID line. Like, who do you do? Cerebros and who? That's it. Well, you do Ty, or you do the stupid other boy, Rad, whatever his name is. I can't remember. Kid with spiky hair. Even then, there are not a lot of small characters in that show. But yeah, either way, still coming along. Now we get on to the quote-unquote big reveals that happened. We got the official images. We got the crossover G.I. Joe figures, which this time is Transformers G.I. Joe Collaborative, Sergeant Slaughter's stupid vehicle with Sergeant Slaughter, and Recondo, I think it is. I have not yet heard one good thing about any of these crossover figures, the G.I. Joe ones. I hear that they're not designed by the Prime Hasbro team, and I guess that would make a lot of sense. This time it's Cup who turns into Sergeant Slaughter's vehicle. It looks as good as the other ones, so take that as how you want. There is the next Transformers crossover character, which is going to be crossing over with Kit from Knight Rider. It goes from a very nice Kit-looking car to standard like Prowl robot look, which is apparently Voyager scaled.
Yeah, I didn't realize how big this thing was until I saw some pictures.
No, because it looks like a deluxe. Like if you just look at the engineering of the robot mode, it looks like a deluxe, and then you see the size, and it's like, oh, it's a Voyager. That's weird. But
it makes sense when you realize that he has lights and sound.
Yeah, that's bizarre.
Yeah. I mean,
okay.
In fairness, if there was one of these collaborative figures that should have lights and sound, it is Kit.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The iconic. But it's still, I mean, a couple of things that struck me. One, why did he have to call it Agent Knight? He has a name right there. It's Kit.
Maybe licensing? Maybe it's stupid licensing nonsense?
Maybe. I mean, they still call him inspired by Kit in the article.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. It's stupid.
It is kind of funny how apparent. If you look at it closely, the robot mode does look like for Hoff. So blue for the jeans, red for his sunglasses, and then face bit Hoff-like, apparently.
Is that what they were going for? Because I was like, are they trying to make it like David Hasselhoff? Because it doesn't, to me, it didn't look like him.
Apparently.
Man, that feels like a stretch.
Yeah.
They're really trying to go for the blue jeans.
Oh, it's like
they're more like jorts then, right? Because they only go like to his like knees. So he doesn't have jeans, he has jorts.
Someone should rewire the sound chip so he does for John Cena intro music.
No. Now, if they rewired it to say Bing Chilling, I'd be down for that. Washiwa, Bing Chilling da. That's what I wanted to say. Good old John Cena promoting Chinese ice cream. I don't think this looks super cool. It looks better than the what was it? The what's it called? It's not Air Bud. Air Bud's the dog that plays basketball. The Tom Cruise jets.
Oh, Maverick.
Maverick. Yeah,
Top Gun.
Yeah, Top Gun. It looks better than that because that was diabolically bad. This looks kind of kind of boring. I think the car mode looks really good. The car mode looks great. If you want Kit, that's that. That looks great. It's got translucent windows so you can see all the gubbins, which is stupid, as usual, Hasbro. But the robot mode, to me, just comes across as boring background character energy vibes. I don't get a lot of, oh, that looks really cool. This could be an okay Prowl, I think. Like, if you wanted to use this as a new Prowl mode, yeah, that could work.
Or Stake Out. Bumping up from Micromaster to Voyager scale. That actually doesn't work too badly.
No, let Micromasters be Micromasters. That's what I say. Let them be small boys.
My main worry about this is that it's a collaborative figure, so he's going to be bloody expensive.
Yeah, he's going to be way more than he should be. Way more. Because they always are.
Yeah, and this is the first one of electronics. He's probably going to be like 60 quid minimum, I reckon.
Oh, he could be right. I hope you're wrong, because it definitely doesn't look like it would be worth it. But lights and sounds.
Yeah,
they're not huge batteries. They're the little disc ones, but it's still going to be expensive. Orange says, Slaughter plus Cup is the best pairing so far. Pairing-wise, yes.
It is a good
Looks-wise,
pairing.
No. Still
I
looks
like the
crap.
vehicle mode of Cup, and it's nice that they've replicated the cover art again with Leatherhead in there as well.
I'd just say buy the original vehicle, because I don't
It'd
think
probably be cheaper.
it would be definitely, because these things are very expensive. They're stupidly expensive for what they are.
No, that's true.
And
Yeah.
I've heard no one say that they're good. People have gone, oh, they're all right, and then they get them and go, oh.
Soundwave for Thunder Machine gets good reviews, but that's also probably the biggest, most expensive one of the
like
lot.
£100 or more, right?
Yeah.
So, all right.
So it'd have to be.
XL Hedge says fire truck, bucket and ladder are Titan Master compatible. Oh, there you go. Which doesn't do me any good since most of mine are Decepticons. Well, maybe they're really into putting out the fires that they cause. You ever consider that? Maybe that's the thing. XL Hedge also says, upcoming Voyager IDW prowl to hang with the Constructicons ? No, because he couldn't combine with them. But I like your gumption. I like that gumption. We got more images of the Mayhem Attack, Ruckus, and other Bludgeon. We've seen these before, so here they are again. All right, cool. There's nothing more to say.
I like these though. They look fine.
I like one of these. I don't care about the other one. But we've already seen him, so it's hard to say anything. I'd be tempted to get it because I'd really like to get Ruckus, because I think Ruckus looks great. I just really don't give a shit about that Bludgeon, and I don't really want that Tarn mold. Unless maybe they've made the quality better on this version of the mold. Maybe it's not ass like the original version.
I mean, I like the version of Bludgeon it's representing. That's why I'm not too fussed about adding it to the collection, or I'm not worried about adding it to the collection, because it's not just the G1 version, which is the last version did. This is a more
is the IDW
specific,
or is the Dreamwave?
It's the IDW Stormbringer version.
Okay, but then it's Tarn, so don't worry about it. Kind of idea. I don't love this design for Bludgeon, but it's fine.
That's fair as well.
It's fine. You know, I think it's a better set than
if I had to get him for Ruckus, that's fine.
I think it's better set than the Triggercon dude, the plane dude.
Oh, Windsweeper and Breakdown.
Yeah, I think it's a better set than that, because I just want Windsweeper and I really don't want that Breakdown. I'm not I've got it on I'm watching it on Amazon. I'm not paying £60 for that. You can suck my dick. I'll wait for that to come down in price. If it doesn't, I'm not getting it.
Mine arrived yesterday. I actually quite like it.
That's just not Breakdown. I hate all of the Legacy Prime figures. I hate all of them. I think they're all bad. They're all terrible representations of them, and it always feels super disrespectful. We're gonna do the Legacy versions of them, but they have to look G1. Apart from if they're Armada, if they're Beast Wars, they don't need to look G1 then. If they're Energon for the Megatron, doesn't need to look G1 then. If it's anything that has a slightly more unique style, it has to look like G1. The other ones don't, and it annoys the fuck out of me.
I get that.
It's super disrespectful. Super disrespectful, I think. And then we've got more images of Studio Series Optimus Prime. Talked about it last week. Big D, you can drop your thoughts on him if you like.
Good lord, this figure just looks better and better every time you see it, doesn't it?
It looks really good. I still, trailer. There you go.
But
the figure looks good.
But at least the trailer's a decent size.
I don't care about the trailer. That could be in the bin for all I care. It's a waste of money. I'd rather it not be there. But I understand it has to be there as well.
Yeah.
Because otherwise people will complain. It just doesn't do anything. And I'll never accept the trailer because they never do anything.
But Prime is rocking. That's a fantastic looking figure.
It looks good. I hope it's good when it comes out, but I can't imagine it would be half-assed because it's Prime, and they don't usually half-ass Optimise.
Yeah, this is like they've really gone. Let's make the best Prime, and you know what? I thought Earthrise Prime was going to be the definitive G1 Prime in my collection for a long time.
Awesome. That's not a great mold. I think the Siege one was better, from looking at videos of it. The proportions
Yeah,
in that Prime is weird.
I never managed to get hold of the Siege version, so I was happy with the Earthrise. But this,
Are you going to Andy this toy? Are you going to, I don't want to play with you anymore, and drop it into a bin? Toy Story
look at that,
reference.
just goes into storage,
True.
as all my Transformers do eventually. Or they
Also,
just get
notice
dusty.
no translucent, painted windows. Means
Yes.
none of it translucent. Good.
God for that.
Good. They also showed Studio Series concept Rumble Frenzy, the black and red one, whatever.
Whoever.
Yeah.
That one.
The concept stuff is always going to be weird to me because these are things that just... It feels like Studio Series is just trying to fill out its line.
Yeah.
It's like, concept art, I guess. It's like, because let's be fair, the Rumble and the Frenzy don't really turn into anything.
No, they turn into a brick.
Yeah.
That's been charitable.
And they don't, like, you can see his head in his alt mode as well, which is really bad. You know what he is? He's a bad Rock Lord. That's what these Transformers are. These Rumble and Frenzy from this, the bad Rock Lords. Because the Rock Lords are able to hide their parts.
Maybe he and this other one, they're supposed to be batteries for Soundwave.
But then why can you see his
so
head?
So plugs them in like...
do you just like... So you get these, you force them to transform into them, and then Soundwave drains their life essence to stay alive.
Yeah.
That's interesting. There's also a core class Starscream from the B movie. Okay. Yep. Fine.
That's,
yeah.
Interesting. Is it weird that I think it looks marginally more aerodynamic than the Voyager version did?
I mean...
it's still a flying brick, effectively, with the undercarriage, but it doesn't look anywhere near as egregious as the Voyager version did.
I don't like the fact that the arms are in the position that they are, because it looks like he's riding himself like a motorbike. You know, that's the position of his hands. Motorbike position.
Oh yeah, I didn't notice his hands before. That's
yeah. The arms do no transforming at all. They just hang down.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, the transformation doesn't look that intense. It looks like you flip the legs up and you do something with the nose cone, I suppose, and then the arms just kind of fold down.
Because the arms not bent around the back of the jet mode in some way.
Yeah, if they could go into the wing, at least hide them. At least try and hide them into the wings or something.
Yeah.
So
that's really weird.
It's
I mean, hell, there's even vents on the shoulders, but if you rotated it right, they should be able to. That's weird.
Yeah,
but it's a core class figure, so
it's again, I don't know what they're trying to do with core class for this line, because I guess we'll just do Starscream from B. We've already done his big figure, but people will want the small version of him, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe.
Sure. Why not? Hang on. Exel Hedge says Andy is a trailer hater. True and real. And yes, I still want a G2 version with a fake sound box and G2 guns. That's crazy because there's such little difference in the colors. He's very much the same color. He's a little bit darker. Darker red, and then instead of like blue, it's black. I think something like that. And then with a slightly different trailer.
G2 was a black cab with red highlights.
No. He was a red cab. Oh, a dark red cab.
Was he?
Yeah. His trailer was different because it had the soundbox compatibility on it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know which one you're thinking of.
I still get confused by G2 sometimes.
It was a weird time. And Orange says, I'm honestly thinking about getting the new Takara Tomy version of Earthrise Prime after this. Really? Why? When we get Earth mode G2 sideswipe, I want a neon green missile launcher. That'd be interesting. But yes, we're also getting a gamer edition version of Reactive Bumblebee. So what's the difference? It doesn't have the weird, bizarre black paint deco. So it's normally painted, which is weird because it almost feels like this is the version I think most people would want. I think Orange said he liked the battle damage. Well, this one or the other one? The first
This one, I
release?
think.
I didn't like the weird quote unquote battle damage, but I think we can make the assumption then that we're going to get Soundwave Prime and Starscream unbattle damaged at
Well, the
some
thing
point.
is, Prime and Soundwave actually aren't too bad. I mean,
Yeah,
the
but they're
battle
gonna-
from both of those is barely noticeable. But
I think
yeah, I get what you mean.
if we're getting B, I don't think
Yeah.
they're not going to do the rest, and it's weird because has that game been cancelled? I can't remember.
I
think it
have
has.
no idea.
I keep seeing people talk about it every now and again, and they're like, "Oh wow, I'm so excited!" It's like it's meant to be like a Overwatch game. Why are you excited? This is not Fall
Yeah.
of Cybertron. If it was Fall of Cybertron, I'd be excited. If it was Devastation 2, I'd be excited. It's not. It's an Overwatch kind of style game, so I don't play them. They're not very fun to me.
Yeah.
Anyhow. The more impressive kind of reveal was we have a deluxe version of Transformers 1 Megatron, Tyrant Mode. Wow, he's got some long legs.
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's a leggy old boy.
He's Stacy Keemler. There's a WWE reference for you. Kind of long
Oh
legs.
God, I'm now. I can now picture the poses some people are going to be putting that thing in.
Yeah, think of how Stacy Keemler used to get into the ring.
Yeah,
That's how Megatron
yeah.
gets into the ring.
Oh, there's an image that's going to be sticking with me.
Someone needs
For
to
a while.
mod the toy so his heel spur is just a high heel.
Looking at it, I think he might actually be able to do that.
You might be, yeah. You might be able to give him high heels. Yeah,
I think the way that swivels, yeah,
might be able to.
that's
So-
actually really funny.
So I will say the proportions on this guy, not great. The legs are way too long, clearly, especially compared to his torso, which is quite small in comparison. He doesn't look terrible. I think the tank mode looks pretty cool. That's an okay tank mode. I know why the legs are so long. The legs are that long because it makes this tank. Like, okay, that's fair enough.
It is funny, the box version of him, the head is cut off by the top of the box. It's so tall.
That means he's going to be a pretty tall deluxe figure. By that, assuming he's filling most of the box, he's going to be pretty tall. That's good. Slightly out of proportion, but that's fine. The gray's fine. I don't know. Does this look better or comparable? Would you say to the gamer not the gamer edition, the Studio
Prime.
Series Prime? Yeah.
I think so. It's weird they've gone with this, because Prime's got the same thing where he's got this weird, almost creamy grey plastic.
This
they've
one
used.
makes a bit more sense. I think this looks
This
better
one is
than
more cohesive here.
the Primes was more. The Prime to me looked more like he'd been left in a house with a smoker for a long time, and the smoke obviously had discolored the plastic.
Yeah.
on. This
Yeah,
looks
the-
more like Megatron grayish colors if you don't want to paint a figure silver.
Yeah. That's fair.
Unless this looks a bit weird in person, and it I think we've seen physical prototypes, and I don't think he looked like he was smoky yellowy gray, unlike Prime. I hear that figure is okay, really good at posing, but not the most fun to transform. I think I heard some stability issues, but I can't remember straight away offhand.
Yeah, I nearly, because I saw that Takara have got, or someone had the Takara just the standard deluxe version of TF1 Prime
Studio series or movie version?
movie, not
Oh, the movie
even the
one.
Studio Series version, just the
Okay.
standard deluxe version, which doesn't have that creamy. I think it's actually got silver.
Oh yeah,
or
it's not.
white.
It's painted what you would think it should be. Yeah.
And that does actually look really nice. And
It's
like-
apparently it has its own issues, but it's also okay. It's not great, but it's like it's fine. Someone
Yeah.
was doing a comparison, and they said neither of them are amazing, and neither of them are. Some have better things than the others. Like the Studio One is way bigger than the movie version. It poses way better than the movie version. But the movie version has a better, they described it as a more fun transformation, which is obviously a subjective thing.
But I can see how that would be the case, because it's difference between a Studio Series and a movie. Type thing, so.
It's not even fair to say it's a deluxe movie figure, because to me that looks more like a warrior class figure, you know?
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah,
But no, this looks perfectly fine.
that's fine.
I've got the Prime on pre-order. I might put this one on as well, just to see how they feel in hand.
Okay, all right. I think the Prime will go cheap at some point. I'm not sure about the Megatron, but I think the Prime might. Well, I think it depends how successful the movie is. If the movie does really well, these might go faster. If the movie's just kind of mildly received by the general public, a bit slower, kind of unreleased. So they're also doing a Studio Series Boring Set. The Boring Set is a 15th anniversary multi-pack for Revenge of the Fallen, one of the worst Transformers movies.
God, has it been 15 years already?
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost legal drinking age. Not there yet. Almost legal UK legal drinking age. So this comes with a Jetfire and Optimus Prime who can murder Jetfire and use his corpse as parts to make himself super. And it also comes with these aren't deluxes, are they? They are they're core class.
Yeah.
Core class Whammon bots. The biker Whammon bots who did nothing in the movie effectively. This is a weird multi-pack. This feels like what we're getting in Legacy. Bizarre. It feels like the Legacy packs, where they're giving us Soundwave and then cassettes. Oh, they're giving us Thundertron, or whatever his name was, and then the Rock Dude. This feels like another one of those. I'm not sure if they're doing anything different with this.
Have they got different paint decos on
the
figures?
Maybe. I don't know.
Prime still looks more vivid. That might just be how they've digitally colored things, but
or it might be the photo photography tweaking, I guess.
It's an odd choice though, because the RC triplets really did fuck all in that film,
and they were never in the same scene as Jetfire, as far as I remember.
Yeah,
they were at the start, and then they were gone.
They're not great designs either.
No, and they were core class, so it's not like they were crazy engineering wise either. It's just like, okay, fair enough. So, I mean, if you missed them the first time, you can get this set if you're so inclined, I suppose. So that's cool. Orange says, Excel Hedge says, still in development. I don't know I can't remember what that might be related to. Orange says...
Oh, the game.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's still in development, the game. Okay, we'll see. Orange says, if it has robust character customization, I think I'll think about playing it. Well, remember Overwatch 2 promised very in-depth character customization, and now they've rolled back on a load of stuff because Blizzard is a shell of a company of what it was, fortunately. Excel Hedge also says Megatron has Tarn minigun on his back. And also, the set for people who couldn't find Prime and Jetfire separately, and the not good motorcycle triplets should have gave the OG motorcycle with the mythical third bike mode. Oh yeah, where they all combined together. That was a weird thing. Next up, we have Gamer Edition War for Cybertron Ratchet, who is obviously a remold of the Ironhide mold.
Yeah.
Not a huge surprise. I don't know how well received this one mold was. Was it well received, Big D?
I kind of have forgotten that they'd done Ironhide in the first place, to be honest.
Yeah, kind of same to be honest, yeah.
I mean, I got that first Game Edition Prime, which didn't really set my world on fire. No. Not really.
Yeah. I don't think anybody really touted the Megatron either. And no one liked the drone barricade mold. They all said that was fucking trash.
I mean, in fairness, the ones they've done since have all looked actually pretty good.
Who?
Sideswipe and Ironhide, to be honest, and now Ratchet.
Yeah, the Sideswipe looked fine. It looked okay. I can't really tell.
Better than the original.
Yeah, that's fair. In terms of how this looks, it looks okay, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but it's fine.
I still really don't like the detachable arm gimmick to place with
no. It doesn't look like it doesn't look like it's on Ratchet. Oh no, it is. It is.
Yeah.
It is. Never mind. Yeah, I don't think that... I can understand what they were trying to do. I don't think it was implemented desperately well. So those were all the reveals, and then we got a load of hints, where they just show you a screenshot and then a little art image. So those were... these are Space Bridge upcoming figures. I'll say this now. This was the most disappointing set of reveals I think I could have had, because There's barely anything new here. So we got a repackage of Legacy Cosmos. Very funny, because they were not very hard to find after the fact, at least for Mikey. People remember Mikey had no issues finding Cosmoses.
Whereas I've never seen one on the fucking shelf, so...
Well, you'll be able to get a Cosmos now.
Absolutely. I mean, I see a couple of things in there that I actually don't mind picking up, so...
Yeah.
Right, in a minute.
G2 Breakdown, so they are doing another... you mentioned them earlier, Big D. So
one more down.
One more, so that's 3.
Yep, just Motormaster and...
not Wild Rider. No, Wild Rider.
It is. Yeah, Wild Rider.
Yeah, they're doing the other ones. And then he's done. So there you go. I'm not sure how they're gonna. They have to do Motormasters of web exclusive, right? They're not gonna put that into stores. No way. No way. They're gonna take up a slot for a commander class. Ain't no way. They're doing a repackage of Origins Bumblebee, which is great because that's a really fun figure.
It is.
I'm not sure it's going to stand up as well to Studio Series Bumblebee, because I think that's probably the better Bumblebee, but at least you'll be able to complete the 3 Origins figures. Maybe they'll show some more.
It's nice that they are putting him back on the shelves, especially now that Wheeljack's out there. So
you know what was annoying? That they did a restock of the Wheeljack. Sorry, not Wheeljack, of Jazz, but they never really did a full re-release of him. So I missed my opportunity and had to buy it for a bigger price for the Jazz.
I actually didn't realize they'd done that, to be honest. That's kind of annoying.
You could have pre-ordered him on Hasbro Pulse at one point for like standard price, but it didn't last long and it went pretty quickly for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
I don't know why Bumblebee's getting a specific re-release in the line, seemingly. There's also going to be Legacy Armada Wheeljack, which is no shock. We saw the Shattered Glass one ages ago, and people have been just like looking at their watch, I think, for the most part, of like, when's they getting a normal release? Well, now. There's going to be War for Cybertron Ramjet is getting a repackage. Wow, that's an old figure to repackage. I think most people who would have wanted it would have picked it up by now, but okay. Fair enough. It's not like Cosmos, who's a still relatively new figure-ish.
Yeah.
Ramjet's War for Cybertron, so that's old. There's also a re-release of Tarn. Hopefully,
that one is weird. That one I don't get.
Because that one didn't sell super well, did it? At least I don't remember it selling amazingly. I think I saw it go on sale.
I know that initially when I got my Tarn, initially it did all right. Because it did go out of stock in a couple of places, but it restocked really quickly. Yeah,
it was Transformer fans, and then after the Transformer fans got it, no one, the kids didn't care, clearly. Or people after the fact. Also doing a re-release for some reason of the Galaxy Shuttle from the Velocitron set. Oh, there's another exclusive Victory figure. Randomly. Who's based off a pretty old crap mold, which is Astro Train, who should, I reckon, get a new Studio Series figure.
Astro Train, I'd settle from just re-releasing the Siege figure, because I never managed to pick that bastard up.
No, they need to do a new mold for that. It doesn't look accurate to the movie. It's very old at this point. I think if you're doing a Studio Series, you should do a proper new Astro Train.
Yeah. That would be nice, in fairness. The Studio Series Astro Train actually would make a lot of sense.
I'd like that. I prefer they don't do a Titan one, so you can... If they did Titan, it'd be purely for the... can you recreate the scene where Starscream's thrown Megatron out? That would be it.
That'd be so stupid.
It would be dumb, because it'd be so out of scale with everything else.
Galaxy Shuttle was just such a weird... Mainly because that thing was on... Especially over here, that was on sale for so cheap.
Yeah, because one... Who's Galaxy Shuttle? No one gives a shit about Galaxy Shuttle, really, apart from really in-depth Transformer fans. He's based on a mold that wasn't great. He's a pretty boring-looking Transformer as well, to be honest. There was nothing there to get people interested. And like you said, he sat around for ages. And they're also doing the redeco of Blitzwing into Overcharge, but with a new head. So it's like, okay, good luck. Blitzwing did not sell well, as he's still on sale for £20, and people are still not buying him.
Less than in some places.
So less than £20. It's like, okay.
I think Bargain Max had him for like 18.
I mean, yeah, good luck. All right. Put that mold out again. They could do a new Studio Series 86 Blitzwing. I'd be all right with them doing a new one. One that's better than the Legacy one.
they just need to leave out the hot hands and put all that money into some better, just improve things with what you save from, not print out with.
If you have to do a Commander class version of Blitzwing to make him look nice, do it. Come on. Jesus.
Remember, folks, you all heard him say that, right? So if they do that and he starts bitching,
well, if it looks good, I won't complain. I'll be annoyed how much it'll cost because it'll be expensive. Yeah. But if it looks good, I'll be like, hey, Orange says, Overcharge is pretty iconic name for a troop builder collector's point of view. Okay, so apparently Orange is a big fan of Overcharge. Orange is also someone that likes to troop build. So okay. I unfortunately I don't think you're gonna hold up the Overcharge capacity. You're not gonna be carrying it on and on. XL Head says £20 for Blitzwing. He's still selling for $50 near me.
Yeah, there are some places being quite ambitious with their pricing of it.
I misread Orange's thing. Orange meant Overcharge is a pretty iconic name for a troop builder. Sorry, ironic name for a troop builder. Overcharge. Ironic name for a troop builder. Yeah.
That makes more sense.
Yeah. My bad, Orange. My bad. But yeah, there you go. I don't think there were any other hints, little nipple pinches. They just kind of showed off stuff we'd already seen. Yeah, and that we've talked about before.
But like you said, PulseCon's in a month and a half's time, so
it really does feel like they were holding off. This felt like, to me, it was a little bit more of an interesting video reveal kind of thing. What they call Transformer Tuesdays or whatever the fuck they called it.
TF Tuesdays.
Yeah, it felt like a big version of that, which is just like okay,
not a bad thing. And you know what? To have a wave that is reissues for the most part, that's not a bad thing, because there are, so what we got? Cosmos, B, Ramjet.
Cosmos makes sense to me because a lot of people in America couldn't find him. I understand that. It's just funny because Mikey found thousands of him. But Cosmos, 100%, that one makes sense. Ramjet doesn't make sense because it's a really fucking old toy.
That's weird.
People Armada that wanted around that figure would have got him. Armada Wheeljack, like I say, I don't think it's interesting because we already knew it was coming. It's coming. Fine.
Yeah, okay. And it's the 10th odd reissue of the Sideswipe design from Siege.
Oh yeah, well no, was it Sideswipe? Was it based on Sideswipe?
It was based on one of the versions of the Sideswipe, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, okay. And it won't come with a minicon, obviously.
Probably not, no.
No, it's definitely not coming with a minicon. If none of the other ones did, he's not coming with a minicon.
That's annoying because the minicons have been generally fantastic for two they've done.
You should have bought the Shattered Glass version then, shouldn't you? With two figures you don't want just for a fucking minicon. Fuck's sake. Yeah, so not desperately amazing. But I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about G.I. Joe, because I know people like me talking about G.I. Joe. At least Simon Tang does. Pardon. But before I do, Orange says Ruckus is gorgeous. I'll probably buy the set begrudgingly, because I do want Ruckus. Don't really want
I'll be putting pre-order in just because Ruckus would be quite nice. Now,
I don't have the Beachcomber mold, so it's a good reason to get it.
Yeah, and it's a nice remold of that sculpt as well. So
I'll tell you what I'll do, Big D. I'll send you the link to the other stuff while you're saying stuff. You were saying it was a remold of stuff?
Ruckus is quite a nice remold of
Beachcomber.
Yeah, there's more remold there than I was expecting, to be honest. A lot more.
Yeah, it seems like a pretty solid, decent remold, which is why I'd like it, but I wish I didn't have to buy a bludgeon figure that I don't particularly want. It's like you're having twins and one of them's ginger, and you're like, well, I know which one's my favorite child and which one isn't.
If I didn't want Ruckus as well, I'd have bought the bludgeon. But as is, I'm sorry.
You don't want two bludgeons. That would be silly. That would be silly. So, what did they show off for G.I. Joe? I've sent you the links, by the way, honestly. Big D, so you can have a look at the stuff they maybe.
They showed a hell of a lot, Jesus.
Yeah, that's they actually showed some stuff for G.I. Joe. So the stuff that they showed for G.I. Joe was I don't think these are in order. They're not. They showed a camouflaged man with a parachute who I don't care about. They showed a woman with a what they called a gurney suit, a
ghillie suit.
Yeah, ghillie suit.
Ghillie suit.
No,
yes, for the 60th anniversary of the G.I. Joe brand, as opposed to the 60th of what we know as G.I. Joe Action Force.
Who gives a shit about them? They're G.I. Joe, so they can suck a cock. Boom, I said it. I'll always say it. They're doing a claw. I love the claw. The claw is the stupid hang glider. It's coming with another female Cobra operative. That's cool. She comes with an Uzi, a gun, a silencer, and it's the claw. The claw is stupid. I was always a big fan of it. I thought the claw was better than the really shit hang gliders. These are motorized hang gliders, so they're better.
Yeah.
They make a little bit more sense, in quotations.
And they can carry guns without crashing into the ground.
Exactly. It works better. It's still stupid, but, it's as stupid as a trouble bubble.
It's relative stupid.
Yeah, it's relative. For the cartoon, it's relatively stupid.
Yeah.
So I think this was good. They showed who's this? Leatherneck. I don't care about Leatherneck. He's another fucking Joe.
He's always been kind of boring anyway. He's a Joe. His whole thing is that he's a US Marine.
Yeah.
And the only interesting Joe US Marine is Gung Ho because of his chest tattoo.
Well, no, I was thinking of a different one. I was thinking of Rock and Roll. Rock and Roll that looks like Gruff, but with way more tattoos. Good. They're also doing Raptor, who I don't know if he's a Joe or if he's a Cobra dude, because I think I saw the box and he was in a Cobra box, but
Raptor is Cobra's. All right. He's not only their falconry expert, he's their accountant.
I hope he wears the hat. I wonder why then for the slides they've got him on a G.I. Joe background. It's weird. He comes with his hang glider bird jetpack thing. That's very
Here's
cool.
the funny thing. He never came with that.
Why,
the original toy. The original toy never had a jetpack. he was simply a dude in a bird headset and a weird feathered cloak who used falcons and was good at putting your taxes through.
Well, this clearly makes him way more practical because he'd go quite nicely along with like leading the claws into battle. It
would. It's just hilarious that they've made the most doofy ass Cobra, and I'm including the likes of Big Boa and Python Master here. They've made the most doofy ass original Cobra.
Did you mean Croc Master?
Croc Master, yeah. Into one of the most awesome looking. Because he's got that bloody wing pack.
Yeah, the wing pack. You know what he reminds me a little bit of Blue Falcon. Do you remember Blue Falcon from Hanna-Barbera?
Vaguely, yeah.
Yeah, he reminds me of that. Or you could go with Harvey Birdman. That also works. Yeah. Or the guy from Rick and Morty, whoever the fuck he was called. I love the fact he comes with a falcon, but the falcon has the little hat on it, so it can't see. That's very funny. I hope you can remove the little hat from the bird, or he's going to be useless. You can throw the bird at people, but it can't do anything. It can't see.
It'd be nice if he came with another version of a bird, an unleashed bird that you could actually, because that is.
Hey, maybe it's a disabled bird. Maybe it can't fly. Maybe he just loves the bird.
I just find this absolutely hilarious that they've gone this hard on fucking Raptor.
He looks pretty good though, like you say. It's like
he does. He looks fantastic, but
I love the image of like him using his ninja claws, and he's got the bird wings folded over his chest. That's badass. That looks very good.
Yeah, but he never had those claws either.
He does now. Just as well. It makes sense that he has these. They're very like
they do.
Arashikage ninja claw things, and it's just talons for the bird. That makes sense. Yeah, why not?
They've dipped into the bag of accessories big style for him, and they've gone hard. But it's just like
it definitely feels like they went, okay, we can't just sell a guy with a bird hat. We need to do something with him.
So they've gone as hard as possible, and I think in every other respect, it's accurate because the original version was bare-chested like this and bare-armed. he had like I said, he had a feathered cloak.
Hmm.
That was it. He didn't fly. He knew birds. He knew accountancy. That was it.
He's kind of a good at this point now. He's a good like foil for Spirit. Like they can both throw their birds at each other and have like I don't know if he's Native American. I assume he is because he's got a bird and he's got a bird hat, but I don't know that for sure.
I'm trying to remember. I don't think it was ever specified he was, but it does.
Oh, you know what would suck if he was just a guy called Daryl from like, like I don't know, where's a shit state in America, like Boston or something? That would be sad. No offense to the people from Boston, but if this is just a white guy called Daryl from Boston, he was like, I'll put a bird backpack on and a bird hat, and I'll do accounting. That would be really depressing.
I mean, they have gone a bit hard giving him the chest tattoo and the arm tattoos. So
yeah. I don't know. It looks good. Then we got Road Pig. Road Pig looks pretty good. They don't give him an angry face. They've given him I'm a slightly retarded gentle giant kind of look. And they gave him a dog. Not a happy-looking dog, though. There is no happy dog face, unfortunately.
Did he not come with a dog originally?
I don't know. I never cared about Road Pig. He wasn't in the cartoon, so I didn't care.
I think he might have done.
He might have. I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of the bigger figures, clearly. He comes with a few things. He comes with a gas mask. He comes with a pig mask that looks like it's from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. He comes with dog. Dog has normal head and angry dog head. He has cinder block on a stick. He has a pig hammer, ice climbing hook.
I think so, yeah.
And then a big riot shield, which is pretty good. He looks great. I don't care about him. But I think he looks good. It'll be a good addition to the Dreadnoks.
It's nice to actually have a character as big as he is physically, actually with a sculpt that matches. Because that's generally so rare in action figures.
Yeah, he's sculpted like a wrestler. Like we were talking about him earlier, Animal from WWF back in the day. He's not sculpted. Yeah. He's sculpted to be big, but he's not like slender. He's not lithe. He's kind of a chubby boy. He's got some.
But it's nice
wrinkles.
to have that different body type in this range of figures because that is so rare to have.
And it's right to do for Road Pig. You know, he's not called Road Slim. You know,
no. And he's always been drawn as being a big old hefty boy.
Yeah, well, you imagine this is the big guy who drinks a load of beer and eats 5 chickens. Maybe they're cooked, maybe they're not. I don't know.
I do find it funny with the new item for Road Pig hammer is actually less over top than his original cinder block hammer. Yeah,
which he's still got. I don't know why they gave him both. I guess they were just like, yeah, another hammer. Yeah, all right, yeah, cool. Sure, why not? Yeah. Why not? Axel Hedge said, oh, hang on, go back up. Orange says he's like 10% Beachcomber though. Oh, for what's his name? Orange says I want to see a G.I. Joe / My Little Pony crossover. I imagine there'd be a lot of dead horses. But there you go. I imagine it would be like the Space Marine crossover with furries, if you've seen them.
Yeah.
They're quite fun. Orange also says, I got my own Joe / Pony crossover OC. Her name is Trenchhoof. Oh, no. Oh, no. Lordy. Trenchfoot is not a hoof. Would not be a good thing to have. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Trenchfoot was a bad thing. Real bad. Axel Hedge says, Andy, don't forget the breaking news of Power of the Primes, Orion Pack / Optimus Prime reissue now appearing in Target stores. I don't know if that's real or not. That might be a joke. I hope that's a joke. That better be a joke. Orange also says, bro made him Aussie. Joe Road Pig honestly looks better than modern TF Road Pig. Oh, that's, yeah. The G.I. Joe Road Pig looks way better. Way, way better. Yeah. And he comes with a good boy. I wouldn't say his dog's a good boy. It looks like a very angry boy. I don't think this is a dog that gives you love and kisses, unfortunately. Like I said, if you could have given him one of the head where the dog is happy, I would have liked it more. Get rid of the new pig hammer. Get rid of the new pig mask and put in a happy dog face. I would have probably got it for that. I would have just had, like, he can be happy killing people, you know. He doesn't need to be angry as he's eating your throat out, right?
But it's a nice bundle. It's a nice package overall, though.
It's not bad, yeah. It feels like you're getting your money's worth. They're doing another 2-pack. The Twilight Guard 2-pack. So it's got one Joe with all of the guns and one Crimson Viper with a shoulder cape, which is pretty cool. And then another load of guns as well. So it's okay.
Yeah,
it's fine.
I was having a look at some of the art of it, for some of the stage pictures of this a couple of days ago, and it may look really cool. I'll be honest.
I think they are just primarily reuses of molds we've already had before, but it's an okay 2-pack. They, like you said, they look neat enough.
Yeah, because I think it's a Steel Legion or Steel Brigade commander and Twilight Brigade officer. So it's kind of nice to see the old mail away figures getting figures.
Oh, is that
like
what
it.
they're a reference to?
Yeah, the Steel Brigade that they did a 2-pack of last year, I think. That was one of the mail away figures. You could send in your details and with so many proofs of purchase, and they'd send you back a figure with a customized bio card for you.
Okay.
I think the only one they've not done yet is there was actually a character literally called Super Soldier who had a chrome battle shield, and all his weaponry was chrome, and they had chrome armor and
was the shield round and American coloured?
No, it was I think they had to be a bit careful with that one.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Yeah,
but I think it's the only mail away figure they've not done so far from that era. So these look great. So we
also got images of Xandar, who's probably one I'd pick up because he's Zartan and Zarana's brother, and he looks good. I don't think his accessories are very interesting. He has a knife. He has a
weird knife.
Yeah, is that like some? Is that how you shave a bear? Do you use like one of these for bear shaving?
I think
maybe it's actually for skinning.
I think technically it's an axe.
Probably.
Of sorts. Yeah. I think.
Then a pistol, then a sniper rifle, but with a tip on the end of it. I guess.
I think it's a harpoon gun.
Sure, why not?
Because that's the other harpoon bolts in his backpack.
Okay. He looks good. He looks like he looks a bit like Gambit. Like the face mold is what I would see for like Gambit. It looks like this is the guy that fucks your daughter and gets away with it. Unfortunately, that's how I describe him.
Yeah.
He looks great. That was all the Joes. They did show off the Rattler as well, which is going to be the HasLab thing. I'm not going to get it because for me, the Rattler is not as iconic as the Hiss Tank. The Rattler is just a jet. It's a very cool jet. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
but it is just a jet.
I get where you're coming from.
It's also fucking expensive, or it will be. We don't know how much it'll be. It'll be like 300 at least.
Yeah.
And for good reason. It's got lights like the other one. It comes with Wild Weasel.
Yep.
It comes with another trooper for the canopy gunner, well, the back gunner thing. And it also comes with a Baroness figure, the best looking Baroness figure, which is a tad annoying. Yeah. But it means that we'll probably get, because we got the Cobra Commander, who I thought was going to be exclusive to the Hiss Tank, we're probably going to get this version of the Baroness at some point as well, I would presume. Or at least the version of the head mold, at least.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's a very nice version of a Baroness.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Wild Weasel looks good, and there's a few mask options for him. I think the Baroness is better because, the most interesting, because she's doing the thing that Zarana did, and she's got like multiple hair pieces.
I like the one with the hair up and the headset on. That's quite cool. A nice look. I think
that's probably the headset. Oh, yeah. I think, the headset is like a separate piece.
Yeah.
So you can have you could have it with the long hair down as well, and the headset on. So what is it? 2 head pieces, which makes sense. It's like
2 hair pieces, 2 heads, and a boatload of accessories. I think.
Oh no, 3 hair pieces. There's another long. There are 2 long hair pieces. One's the more standard looking Baroness head, unless it's another head from another Baroness, which I don't think it is. Yeah, these all look good. These all look like good figures. Too expensive for my blood, but I like the little badges as well you get. I don't know how big are those.
But
are they proper patches?
I think they are. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're kind of fun. I like those.
They're nice. A random thing to throw into, I guess,
Yeah.
justify the price. But yeah, fair enough. So Simon Tang, that's what I think about it. Simon Tang also says $325. So that's probably pounds as well. No, how Hasbro works it.
Do you see the stuff about Stardust? That was an SDCC reveal as well.
What's Stardust?
Starduster.
What's that?
Another Joe. He's another Joe figure.
He's a G.I. Joe Joe.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't give a fuck about him. I don't care. If he's a Joe, I don't give a shit. I don't care. There's not even a tiny little sliver of my being that cares about Joe.
Oh.
No Joes. That's my motto, no Joes. They say yo Joe, I say no Joe. There are a few other things I like the look of. We got to see more cool images of the most interesting crossover, the Mattel Masters of the Universe crossover with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, these. Every time I see pictures of these, they just look so out there, man.
What do you think is the worst thing about this line? What do you think? It's simpler than you think. Do you not know?
No, hit me.
You cannot get them in the UK.
That's a very good point, but that's been true for Master of the Universe for years.
Oh, no, you can get the Master of the Universe Origins cartoon figures from Smith's. I need to pick up Evil Lyn at some point, and Merman at some point from Smith's.
I didn't know you could get them. Because I've seen them in Forbidden Planet. I fought myself really hard not to buy a couple of those when I was in London last with Mr. White, because they had some of those were aggressively priced.
Oh, how much?
I think they had the Revelations, or one of the more recent animated Skeletors, the big version was like under 20 quid.
Okay.
The big deluxe box version. And they had the Dolph Lundgren He-Man for a similar price. And that's actually a really nice big box set as well. So.
Yeah. They showed off a Raph, snake fighting Raph, which is okay. It looks too much like just Raph for me to care. Then they showed, then there was I don't know what this is, the weird pink snake man dude. I don't know who this is, but he looks fucking cool. Looks really neat. I like him a lot. I don't know who it is, though.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it looks great.
No idea who it is, but it looks cool.
Looks great. There's a Snake Man Shredder, which is okay. That's not too bad. I'm not as fussed by it, but that's okay. There is... I don't know who this is. Is that Baxter Stockman? I think that's Baxter Stockman with a turtle claw grabber arm thing. It's like, that's a bit boring.
It's got a mouse head, which is kind of cool.
That's why I think it's Baxter Stockman, but I'm not sure. There's a Mechaneck. Whatever, Mechaneck.
Sorry, I'm still can't get over how jacked they've made Baxter. That's hilarious.
Yeah, Baxter shouldn't be that big.
He's never been anything like that in any version of character.
He was kind of jacked a little bit in the 2000s series. You know, when they turned him into a zombie. Like he wasn't big, but he was cut. You know, he wasn't flabby, which he probably should be as a nerd. There's also a foot soldier who seems to have King Hiss vibes, which I like a lot, because it's not just King Hiss, it's like King Hiss body, but like with a extra flair to it. I thought that was kind of neat. There's a Donnie, man. There's a Leo, man. There's a Mikey, man. Whatever. There's another dragon dude, but with wings. Ooh. He looked neat. Is that a reference to...
He looks very Horde-like.
I think, I don't know for sure. I think he might be a reference to the crappy live-action Turtles series, you know, where they fought the Dragon Men.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean?
I do. I tried to forget that series. Thank you for reminding me.
That might be the reference, but I don't know.
I think you're probably right on that score.
And then there was some more of the bigger figures. They're doing a Skeletrooper, which is fine. They're doing an Evil Lyn. You know, fine. I only cared about the Turtles stuff. I thought that looked pretty cool. And then finally, for me, they revealed more Jada Toy stuff for Street Fighter. All of the lines been shown now. The entire line of main characters. The only things they won't show now, or haven't shown now, are repaints for Player 2 characters.
Was this where your bank balance went No,
No,
don't
because
do it, Andy.
No, because I know this is happening, and I know Jaded Toys' release schedule's really slow, so it's going to be a long time before this stuff comes out. Like I think it's going to be, you're going to be lucky to get Wave 3 out this year, by the end of this year, which would be DJ, Cammy, and Guile. And these figures are now being sold in Smiths, which I was shocked by. I was like, what the fuck? They're being sold in Smiths now? I don't need to go through the rigmarole of pissing Amazon to get them? Good.
Oh, no, that's dangerous.
Yeah. When me and Graf last met up, there was a Fei Long who was on sale. I don't know how much for, but you could get Fei Long pretty cheap. I'd recommend, if you haven't got one, I'd recommend picking one up. Obviously, you can't get the exclusives like Violent Ken and Evil Ryu because they were SDCCs. But they showed off Akuma. We only saw the back of him. I don't know if he is a new mold. His legs are smooth, which is, I guess he's going off the Ken body because I think the Ryu had like a smooth texture. Oh, my mouse has died. Fantastic. Oh, my mouse has fully died. Fantastic. So I'm not sure what kind of body mold they're going for him, but it's probably going to just be the Ken body. We didn't get to see the face, but he's got some cool energy effects coming off of him. Over the weekend, they also showed Twark, or T-Hawk, who looks very unhappy. Not a happy guy as T-Hawk. We got to see, I guess, the final... I would imagine the ones that aren't in Wave 3 are still at prototypes and still could be tweaked. Ones that we know that aren't, Cammy's finalized, Guile's finalized, DJ's finalized. Saga might be finalized, but I wouldn't hold that to certainty. Vega might not be finalized either. So we got to see Cammy. I was worried her face was going to be anus. Her face is actually pretty good. I'm pretty happy with how Cammy looks.
I mean, these all look, the face sculpts and all of these look really good.
Yeah, Jaded Toys does a great job. And you got to remember, they have not been doing action figures that long. They went from doing model cars, then did the Universal Monster line, then went on to doing these. That's their extent. So they've been doing action figures for a very small amount of time and have made Hasbro... They've made Hasbro look bad in comparison, who've been doing it for years. Years.
I mean, how much are these on average?
They're about $24.99, but they come with a load of accessories, like a lot.
Yeah, that's really good.
Like, they usually come with another head, a couple of hands, and then some effect parts as well. So they're good. We also got to see Edmund Honda. My only issue with E Honda is his... I don't know what the official term is. His towel, skirt, the thing that goes around his waist, is a hard plastic, so that's going to limit his leg articulation. I was hoping it would be a material, because there's a few that have materials, like Bison has a material cape. This is not obviously a finalized E Honda, so maybe that'll change in time. I don't know.
Because, I mean, Honda, of all figures who kind of needs to be able to go into a squat pose, it's him, so hopefully that'll change. Yeah,
I don't know what it'll do, but maybe he'll have decent enough leg articulation. I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe.
Zangief was the last apart from Akuma, the next last figure shown. He's definitely big. Oh, I will say as well, Big D, that the standard figures are $24.99 at the moment, but the figures like Blanca,
the big boys,
Zangief, Sagat, probably Balrog as well, are going to be $10 more because they're bigger, which makes sense.
That makes sense. Yeah. I mean, that sounds about right.
Like, if you look at the size of like Zangief and like Sagat, they're big.
I mean, I'd not expect those to be the same prices.
No. I imagine there'll be some extra. They might throw in some extra bits as well. I don't know. We don't know yet.
No, it's really nice that they've got a complete lineup.
Yeah, pretty much. So after this, it's like, well, what do you do? Do you do Street Fighter Alpha? Because I was counting like if we're not talking about just reuses of characters, like a Ryu and a Ken, I think I counted like 20 unique characters from Alpha 1 to 3. Then Third Strike, there's about 16 new characters you could do from that. And then you go to 4, and there's like 5. There's not many unique characters from Street Fighter 4. And then I don't care.
They could jump straight to 6 and do updated costumes that everyone's got.
I do not like the art style in 5 or 6, and I don't think they do 5 or 6 because I think Figuarts is doing Street Fighter 6 at the moment.
Oh, yeah, that's true, yeah.
And I'd rather we do Third Strike and Alpha, to be honest. I'd rather that. Because these figures go really nicely alongside Marvel Legends figures.
Do you think they might do just a much smaller way, maybe as a little bit of a palette cleanser between, that they might do the Heroes of Final Fight?
No, because you could just do them for Alpha.
Yeah.
Because Cody was in Alpha. He was in Alpha 3. And what was his name? What's the ninja guy from Final Fight called?
Dan?
No, that's just a repaint of Ryu. Dan's, it wasn't Dan.
Dan's the joke character, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
I know what he looks like. I know that.
I know Cody, I know Hager.
Yeah.
I can't remember who the third one is.
The ninja guy. It's him.
Yeah. The dude in the orange and the mesh.
Yeah. The only one that wasn't or hasn't been in a Street Fighter game is Hager.
Yeah.
I don't think he's been in Marvel vs. Capcom though, so technically you could do him if you wanted.
I'm still surprised he's not been in a Street Fighter game.
Same actually. He's been referenced. He's been in like I think he was in Cody's backstory in Street Fighter 5.
And I think there's a statue of him in Street Fighter 6.
Probably.
In the open world.
Yeah, but he hasn't actually crossed over to the actual game. It's not Hugo either, Simon, but they could do a Hugo because he was in Street Fighter 3.
Yeah.
They could do it as well. Poison from Street Fighter 3. No, she was Street Fighter 4. She was in Street Fighter 4. But yeah, that's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see them continue. They announced 2 new lines. Unfortunately, I'm not too fussed on the new lines. One is the Cyberpunk anime. I didn't really like that anime, but it's good that they got the line. You know,
I've still not watched it, which, given its Studio Trigger, is really weird for me.
It's much like a lot of Studio Trigger's things. It's very pretty, but the story just kind of doesn't follow through. I didn't think, but that's a lot of Studio Trigger. Their figures look pretty good. If you like that, and they also, for some reason, are doing Scooby-Doo. Old school Hanna-Barbera. They showed off Shaggy. They showed off the Mummy, and they showed off the green dude. I don't know who the green dude is, but you'd know him if you saw him. You'd be like, "Oh yeah, the green dude. I know that guy. He's green."
That's. I mean, they look nice, but that's such a weird option to go for.
True, but they have also been doing serial mascots as well, and they showed off a Tony the Tiger.
Was he great?
He had the spinning basketball on his finger. That looked pretty good. It actually was made so it looked like the ball was spinning, so it'd been painted so it looked like it was spinning on his finger, which was pretty cool. It's like, that's neat.
Nifty.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't want serial mascots, but I'm like,
it's fair if you do.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they're doing anything new for the Mega Man line that they're doing. I don't really care about. If I was going to get a Mega Man, I'd buy one Mega Man and use it for a Marvel vs. Capcom kind of thing. Stand, but that would be about it. Because, like I say, the Legends line pairs up really nicely with these figures. So if you want to have Marvel vs. Capcom, you can do it. I don't know why you're doing a Hanna-Barbera Scooby-Doo line, but I think people would buy the Shaggy figure for the memes. Like Exelhead says, Ultra Instinct Shaggy. I think people would do it just for that joke alone. It was maybe strange that Shaggy was the only mainline cast dude shown. But the rest of them will come, I'm sure. You'll get the rest of the crew and Scooby and maybe Scrappy, unfortunately. Maybe they'll be really lame and do a pup named Scooby-Doo. I hope not. The only thing I really want Jaded Toys to move on to is to do SNK, Tekken. I don't think they'll be able to do Tekken because Tekken's already been done by a not very good company. SNK was one of them. Who was another one? It wasn't SNK. Oh, King of Fighters. That would be another one. SNK and King of Fighters. I'd like to see them done. There were rumors that they were going to get Mortal Kombat, but that might not happen. Otherwise, I might have already revealed it at this point. So maybe they'll still get it in the future.
I mean, if they were just to do kind of like what is effectively the holy trinity of 2D Japanese arcade fighters, Street Fighter, SNK, King of Fighters.
Yeah.
That's actually a really good trio of brands to be putting out fighters for.
Let's be fair, one of the best games, one of their better fighting games was Capcom versus SNK 2002.
I think so, yeah.
Really good. That was a really good game. And it looks great. So if you could have that line synergy, that would be good. You could have evil, what was his name? God Rugal? He was a bastard to fight.
Something like that. Yeah.
He's a right cock. But yeah, I'd like to see that. I'd be down with that. But that's it. That's everything from SDCC that I saw, unless Big D saw anything that tickled your proverbial pickle.
The only thing that really tickled me from STC this year is the trailer for Lower Decks Season 5, which had me going, because I love Lower Decks. It's great.
Were you not interested in, what was it, Star Trek, the Section 31 movie, because it couldn't get a TV show, and it looks anus? It doesn't look like Star Trek.
Not terribly. I'll probably give it a watch, but I'm still. I mean, the fact that they've announced some more cast for the Star Trek Academy show was nice. Bob Picardo returning as the Doctor in live action. That's cool. Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, if you want more of the Doctor, go watch Prodigy Season 2, because it's fantastic and it's proper Star Trek.
Orange says they showed a Lower Decks Season 5 trailer, ? Apparently.
Yeah.
Fun to Big D.
Yes, they did. It was great.
I'm glad you liked it.
Coming in October, which is nice.
All right. Very good.
But yeah, otherwise...
Yeah, Tony Stark's coming back as Doctor Doom. That's desperate.
That was weird.
That is desperation. Because the Marvel Cinematic Universe is dying so badly. Oh man, I do not like it.
I get what people say that Endgame marked a real point where they should have ended a lot of stuff, but there have been the TV shows have not been great overall.
They've all been terrible.
For Marvels was great fun. I really enjoyed that film.
I'm glad you did. That was a really bad movie. I cannot pin one good movie since Endgame, and even Endgame wasn't very good. Infinity War was good. Endgame was not good. And I'm like, when was the last good Marvel movie? I don't know. Oh, yeah, maybe Guardians 3 was okay. That's like a 7. I'd give that 7 out of 10. That was fine. But apart from that, Jesus Christ. Nightmarish movies. Black Widow? Holy fuck. Holy fuck, what a movie.
That should have been made a lot earlier.
It should have been sense. Someone with writing talent should have written that movie.
That
Anyone.
As well.
But yeah, it should have came out a long time ago. Jesus, the Black Panther 2 movie? Oh my god. With Namor? Ugh. Wasn't Namor. What are you doing?
Yeah, that was a bit odd.
Self-indulgent. Anyway, that will be us done for this week, chaps and chaparinos. Thank you for coming by. Big D, where can people find you on the internet if you want them to find you, my dude?
I am on all the socials as David Kelly. Please, if you look for my attractive new icon, because of our Mr. Gruff, that's my new profile picture. So I'm all around there. I contribute to the Fluff and Hammer, where myself and Mr. White are now doing Fluff and Busters once a month.
Oh.
Where we pick a movie and natter over it for the runtime. So far, we've done. What did we do first? We did
Space Marine. No, Ultramarine.
Ultramarine.
That's the one.
And then we've done Mutant Chronicle, which was kind of fun to talk over. We went to. I think Mr. White's got the next pick, so see what he comes up with. I do our monthly watch along in the Discord, which is coming up next weekend. That'll be Escape from New York and Overlord.
Oh, okay.
Which is an interesting combo, but I'm looking forward to that.
The Overlord movie is in the horror movie.
Yeah,
the like World War II.
Yeah, the Nazi zombie one.
That's a pretty fun movie. It's not the best movie ever, but it's like, this is fun.
I've not seen it myself, but it sounds like it's. I've heard good things from people.
It's not
just
bad.
Fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun romp. Unless you don't like being grossed out. If you get grossed out easily, you might not like it. But yeah, it's pretty fun.
Yeah, and Escape from New York's always a good time. So.
It's
and
an
I
interesting
also,
film.
yeah, and I've been contributing with helping our Mr. Gruff out with the Fluff and Ham shorts we've been doing over on which he puts out on the Patreon before general release, just like half-hour natters where we're going over particular issues of White Dwarf, picking out an article, and we just yammer. Sometimes on point, normally not.
Nice.
And otherwise, I'm a contributor to the UKAnime.net, where I've just had a review go up for Macross Frontier, which I fucking loved.
Whee.
Spoilers. And I'm not saying I'm humming all the Macross music now because I've mainlined Frontier and Delta in the space of a week, but yeah, it's some good shit.
Yeah, cool.
So yeah, that's me.
Well, you can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube as Decayed Andy. Rotten Corpse, the Human Being kind of deal, as usual. We're on Moonbase 2 Transformers Podcast in most places, Google, Facebook, Libsyn. You know, you'll find us on YouTube as Moonbase 2 Transformers Podcast, and you can also head over to ccbunker.weebly.com if you want to find us there. And we are... Pardon. I think that's it. No, yeah, that's it. I think.
Yeah.
That's a lot of things.
It's been a busy old show.
Yeah, I was going to talk about the Transformers I got, but there's no time.
Yeah,
We've gone way over time.
Yeah. Maybe another time.
Yeah, there's always next week. So thank you once again, Big D, for coming on by.
No worries. Always happy to come on.
And we'll catch you here again at 8 o'clock in the evening on a Sunday next week, everybody. Thanks for coming on by, everybody.
Later.